You like to be a mixed martial a-hole.
No way.
Oh! Everybody in the chat. MMA-holes. Wednesday is here. And I hope everyone, each and every one of you, slipped off the table, is
Wonderful.
are
Wonderful.
everyone in the chat. I hope you are all wonderful on this Wednesday night, MMA-hole style, our weekly show. This is episode number 26. We've done 26 weeks straight. Wednesday shows, MMA-hole style. That's right. How do you guys feel about that? What do you say? We have a long, swole show. We have a swole chat room, as I can see right over there. You guys are all in there. You're all wonderful. And we're coming off of a weekend that has been exciting, explosive, and a lot of fun. You got to hang out with your fight buddies. What better way to spend your weekend than watching the fight buddies? There's no better way. No better way at all. Saturday night Bellator, we had that. Me and Johnny sitting on the couch. And then Sunday, Fight Buddies swole. We had our highest ratings ever as an MMA-hole team on the UFC Fight Night, Lewis versus Brown. Check it out. This is our living room. I hope everyone's wonderful. Hey, that's Premier Fighting FC. Check this out. Analytics. Look at this, guys. Take a look in our room. We broke records. We broke MMA-hole records. That's right, Fight Buddies. Consistently. I said during the stream that we would get 200 people in that room. I predicted it. I said it was going to happen, and we did. We had 200 people in that room. But the best part about it was this. If you look through, the numbers aren't very accurate as they go along. I was seeing 60, 70 people. But looking in here, consistently around 100. We were floating almost around 100 the whole fucking way. Up and down, 81, 95, 100. Just going through. And then we're peaking. Explosion, 203 at one shot. And that's when Lewis put away the poor little Brown. But that's good. I thank you guys. I really do thank you guys for the support. You guys are always consistently there, hanging with the holes, acting like fools. So with that, I go to the chat. But before I go to the chat, this is what's on the show. Check it out. All right, I have my notes here. Uncle Creepy received an IV before UFC 208. Who the fuck cares? Masvidal wants to fight Magny. Not going up very far. Neil Magny's next. All right, I'll watch that. Wonderboy picked. Picked. I can't even read my own handwriting. Wonderboy packed on 8 pounds of muscle, getting swole to fight Tyron Woodley. Will it help? We'll talk about that. Tony says Conor is leaving the UFC. Conor, is that true? Yes, sir. Holy shit. I don't know about that. We'll talk about that too. Durandamy defends her win, and she wants to fight home again. We'll talk about that with the whole Cyborg situation, the Cyborg saga. Rogan, Anik, Cruz are going to be helming the wheel for UFC 209. They'll be behind the mics. What do you guys think about that? We'll be talking about that. Fight Night 105 results. Who should Lewis fight next? The Black Beast? The guy that knocked out Travis Brown? Who should he fight next? We'll talk about Poopgate. That's right. Sunday night, we saw Poopgate. Number 2, Boo Boo. Bellator 173 is this Friday. Are you excited? Are you not? Will there be a Fight Buddies? We'll be talking about that. But here's the exciting stuff. MMA holes. Well, first of all, your favorite song. Sing. You should know the words now.
I've got 10 more likes. I've got
10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes. Fuck you, dislikes.
That's right.
I've got 10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes.
I hope the dislikes die
of AIDS.
That's right. On Sunday night, we heard that song 10 times. Everyone wanted to blow their fucking brains out, but that's fine. That's fine. I forgive you. All right, let's look in that chat. Chat room, unite. Look at this Just look at this. All of you Fuchs, Neri Diaz, David Mendez, Fredette About It, Jay Smooth, Tiger Leg, Holy Fook, Thomas T, Jacob, I saw you in the Luke Thomas thing. Ian, David Mendez, I saw you already. Jacob Thomas, Pro 244. Ian, Faz Divijiv. You're all here. You're all wonderful. Oh my goodness. 200 stinky people, says Thomas T. I was molested. Jacob Ashadi says, I broke my back. My back is broken. Spinal. Who said that? I broke my back. My back is broken. Spinal. Who said that? I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that one. Thomas T says, and I liked it. Thank you, Thomas T, for the like. That like was pretty much...
Wonderful.
For sure. We got it again, guys. Fucking 20. Let's piss everyone off. 10, 20 likes in that tip jar.
I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. Fuck you, dislikes.
Yes.
I've got 10 more likes.
Everybody better be singing.
I've got 10 more likes.
Sing in that chat room.
I've got 10 more likes. I hope the dislikes die of AIDS.
Thank you. Thank you. 20 right off the bat. We just got started. Check out our subscribers there. 400. Where are you? 474. We made new friends. Guys, if you're coming back from that Sunday show, welcome. This is our weekly show, Wednesday nights. Now, guys, before I get sidetracked, let's talk about something here. We have the MMA-holes on a Wednesday night. We're going to have them on a Thursday night. Tomorrow, we're going to be back, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I have a swole show for you guys. Last week, we did it with Premier FC. Well, we didn't do it with them. We talked. But Premier FC was in the house. CEO, some fighters. We're going to do it again tomorrow. But we're going to do it even bigger and better tomorrow. Thursday night, tomorrow night. We're going to have 4. My hands are really white. Look at them things. 4 fighters tomorrow. Not tonight, tomorrow. Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to have a Pat Casey. We're going to have a Angelo Richardson. We're going to have a Marissa the Spider Monkey Messer. Valencia. Now, guys, you're probably like, who the fuck are these people? They're from Premier FC. I've made some friends over there. Some really badass people. Now, also, I want to show you guys this. This gentleman's going to be here there too. I said he gives me nightmares. Well, it just so happens his nickname is the Nightmare. That's right. William Knight, double champ, is going to be on tomorrow. I said that right. You heard me correctly. And there's Justin Sumter. Hey, Justin. Tickle, tickle, tickle. William Knight is going to be there. Now, look at this man. You would not want to mess with this man. He is a badass. He's going to be on the show tomorrow night. So you have to tune in. And you have to tune in for this. Here's William Knight doing a split. We need to ask him about this. Be like, Mr. Nightmare, what the fuck are you doing here? What's going on? What the fuck is going on? But anyway, that's right. Premier FC, March 11th. I'm going to be in the building. I'm going to be covering it. And I'm bringing all you fooks with me. You're all coming along March 11th. If you can't make it, there's a pay-per-view. You can check it out that way. I'm going to tell you all the details as the event gets closer. If you're in Massachusetts, if you're in Connecticut, if you're in New York, if you're anywhere in the East Coast around there, come all over the place. Premier FC, March 11th. I'm going to be there, and I'm going to hand out stickers and wristbands. That's right. I'm going to take pictures. I'm going to do interviews. I'm going to do a lot of fucking fun stuff. We're going to meet the fighters. We're going to be streaming. And if you're in the area, come by. Please. I would like to meet each and every one of you fooks. But that's right. How pumped up are you for that? All right. Stop sidetracking me. Tyke Myson, says Pro Tools. Fredette About It says, how did you feel about the new play-by-play guy? Brian Stan is low-key savage, says Fredette About It. Honestly, I was too busy blabbing during our fight buddies, and I really didn't get a chance to hear him. I heard mixed reviews. I do like Brian Stan. Thomas T says I like Brian Stan. Does a good job. I don't mind Brian Stan. I didn't hear I don't know. David Mendez, Fook Joe Rogan. Breaking records thanks to me. As soon as David Mendez jumped aboard the MMA-holes, look what happens. Dreams come true here on the MMA-holes. Fredette About says, Jacob, if you're fucking with me, I will be mad. I ain't. What did Jacob say? The fuck did he say? Dominic Cruz coming on Rogan's show tomorrow, bitches. Well, look at that. That's actually pretty cool. I would like to see that. But you better fucking tune into me anyway. All right. I ain't, as Ronaldo would say, Fook Joe Rogan. That's right, Fook Joe Hogan. Jesus Christ in the Fukin house. Everyone give a Jesus Christ a wonderful, wonderful in the chat.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Jesus Christ here says, MMA-holes, prepare for tomorrow trolling. Yes. Yes. So, you know what's funny? I have to give a shout out to Prospere Management. They are a wonderful, wonderful group of people, and they've been setting this thing up with Premier. We've been getting to meet these fighters before they become explode onto the scene. We get to meet these guys. We get to interview these guys. Badasses. It's really cool. So Prospere is hooking that shit up, and you guys are trolling. So what Prospere does is he tells Lewis, my friend Lewis, tells the fighters, listen, when you go on the MMA holes, beware, be warned. The chat room is unruly. But if you have questions, just rattle it off in the chat. I'm going to try to pick and choose and try to get those questions out to these fighters. Anything you want to ask, anything you want to know, I like to keep you guys involved in it. So as I'm chatting with them, you guys keep talking, and we're going to have a little bit of fun tomorrow. We got 4 people to troll. But try to be as, who cares? Do whatever the fuck you want. We're the MMA holes, for God's sakes. All right. That's pretty funny, Jesus. Jesus, welcome back. Jesus has been here so many fucking times. I can't even grow enough fingers to tell you how many. Jacob says, when is a Gavin McInnes episode is up? Check it. I don't know. Hold on. When his Gavin McInnes episode is up, check it yourself. Awesome. Go Premiere, says Thomas. That's right. They're wonderful, wonderful. It is good to see other MMA events succeed. It is. And you know what? A lot of people, when we started, were like, aren't you guys the MMA hole? Shouldn't you talk about other things? And yes, we like to talk about everything. Bellator, UFC, Premiere, World Series, whatever the fuck you guys want to talk about, we're going to talk about, because we are the MMA holes. But more importantly, we have this chat room of sexy motherfuckers all hanging out in there, and they're all fucking wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
That's right. Jesus Christ says, David Mendez is wonderful, wonderful. Fred About says, I want Cruz to do another play-by-play. Cruz is pretty good. Jacob Ashanti, Ashanti, isn't that the singer? I almost jazzed in my pants when I heard the announcement. David Mendez, Israeli's Jesus Christ, and then has the finger going into the other finger, simulating sex. Jacob Ashanti says, jizzed, autocorrect, done, good fed. Hey, V-neck Mike is here. What's up? Fred About says, give me a 1 if you have ever shit yourself. Not fart out a little poop. I mean, full on shit yourself past the age of 9. Guys, maybe we'll do an episode of the MMA holes where I tell you some shit stories. I have the best shit stories ever. And it's not for all ears, but they're fucking funny. I think shit stories are pretty funny. And I have some good ones. MMA holes unite, MMA holes shirts. That's what we do. 15 watching. What's up? Wednesday night, swole tip jar. That's how we do that. But there's a lot to talk about. And I think what we should do right off the bat is talk about this. Tomorrow night, we're going to ask this man why he split. Like, why is he doing this? What's going on? He's like, yee-hoo, look at me. Yeah. He's a scary man. I'm not making fun of him. I just need to know why. All right. Bang. So pound for pound rankings is over here. But let's go to something else here. Let's go to UFC Fight Night. How about that? We'll just fucking go to Fight Night right now because we need to talk. We have a lot to talk about on what happened Sunday. Sunday was wonderful, wonderful. Now, guys, I did enjoy that Bellator show. It was a lot of fun. It really was. But I don't want to talk about that. We're going to talk about Bellator. We're going to talk about this Friday's show instead, what's coming up. And fuck it. Let's do a Fight Buddies for it. What do you think? 3 nights in a row of MMA holes? Can you fucking... I think your fucking heads are going to explode. Derek Lewis, Travis Brown. This is the fight that we all saw. This is the fight that we all loved. Whether you rooted or you didn't root, let's go through this card. Okay. Check it out. All right. The first fight of the night was this one here. Felder versus Ricci. Now, the best part about this card is Chris got all 6 fights right. That's right. All 6 fucking fights right. That's right. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Before I keep going, I see Ak N says, fuck you and your stream.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That was very nice of you. Thomas T says, Deer Camp, trying to get to the farm toilet. Fredette About says, is that a young Angelina Jolie? I don't know. It looks like it a little bit. Why do you stream so late? It's 2 a.m. here. Jesus Christ, Ian. Tomorrow we're going to be on a little bit earlier. So it'll be 8 p.m. Eastern time. So, Ian, you'll get to see us at 1 a.m. The James Fur. Hard Kush Khabib will wear gold. Do you think he's going to get past El Kakui? Jacob says, LOL, Sonnen is turning into a fraud because I can't believe he honestly thinks he can fight anymore. Either delusional or disingenuous. And it's funny, Jacob. Chael Sonnen is just hanging out there. Chael Sonnen, he probably will fight again, but no one cares about it. Let's be honest. Chael Sonnen behind the mic is actually pretty freaking good. Chael Sonnen, Mike Goldberg, Bellator team. What do you say? What do you think? I think that would work out very well for Bellator. I really do think that could be a power couple of broadcasters. I think it'd be a lot of fun to watch those two go at it with each other. Mike Goldberg. Let me know in the chat what you think about that. People have called me Ashanti in real life, by the way, Chris. You Irish Italian fuck. Okay, I don't feel so bad.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Lashley's been... Oh, shit. How about this? Bellator 179 has Lashley. Holy mole, that's a good one. That's a fucking real good one. It's 6:18. Stop crying, says X-Ghost. X-Ghost in the fucking house. Forget about says, anyone remember Bobby Lashley and Donald Trump versus Vince McMahon and Umaga? No, I don't. Ian says, fucking everything is so late over here. I'm sorry, Ian. Ian from Scotland, I apologize. I wish I could just fucking fly you over here and let you watch it over here, but it's still late over here. It's 9 o'clock. No, not really. Uh-oh. Dots is here. Says, blow it out, you mud tunnel. Yeah, that's right. All right, stop distracting me, you fucks. 23 in that tip jar. Thank you very much. You guys are wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Paul Felder, Ricci, check it out. This fight happened, and Felder with the boom, take it easy. See you later. I win. First round. Let's fucking do this. Paul Felder with the finish. How about this one? McMahon versus Mizani. Mizani coming in. Oh, this is the UFC. Bang! Submission. Done. 2 finishes in a row. This was an interesting one. This is the hardest one for me to pick. Theodoro versus Ferreira. Very tough for me to pick. Muscular, strong. Ferreira fights a muscular as well, Theodoro, but significantly bigger is Caesar. And Theodoro won very well. Went the distance, and I found it to be a very interesting, fun fight to watch. I enjoyed it. Here we go. Breakout fight of the fucking night. Tucker versus Cecilia. This was an interesting one. A fighter not many people knew about that was 9-0 comes in and beats the snot out of Cecilia. He didn't finish him, but showed all of his tools. And his first fight in the UFC looks really good. Keep an eyeball on Gavin Tucker. This guy is going to be the real deal. Watch this kid. Just watch him. And he has 2 people on his ribs, a silhouette, making out in the rain. All right. Another very interesting fight. Johnny Hendricks versus Hector Lombard. Johnny Hendricks up in weight. Is this the weight class where he belongs in? If you're not a true MMA fan, you might have thought this fight was boring, but I was thoroughly entertained by this fight because Hector Lombard is no joke. Hector Lombard, he used, hold on, let's get to my face. Mr. Lombard is a muscular man, known to gas out, and he paced himself well, but Johnny Hendricks fought a very smart fight and took it to Lombard, bounced around, did what he had to do, and got the W. I think that this win is a very impressive win for Johnny Hendricks. He says he regrets not going to this weight class earlier. What do you guys think about that? Johnny Hendricks, 2 in a row. Magny, I don't think that he won that fight, but hey, he got the W, so it is 2 in a row. And here we go. The main fucking event of the evening. Derek Lewis, Travis Brown. This fight was so much freaking fun to watch. It really was. Back and forth. Travis Brown looked great. Travis Brown was working the body and the legs, which Mystic Moss said before the fight even happened. Said that's what's going to happen. That's what he had to do, and that's what he did. Working that body, kicking, using that leg reach, beating up on the Beast. Beast gets hit in the belly. He says he wasn't hurt, that he had to take a shit. I don't know. What do you guys think? Did he have to take a poop? Did he not have to take a poop? I don't fucking know. But it is what it is. They go into round 2. They go back and forth. Beast gets on top. Travis gets up and pop, 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 pop. See you later. Now, my question for you with that fight, Lewis versus Brown. Here's the question. Did the ref take too long to stop that fight? I think we know the answer. I mean, Travis Brown's head was like a basketball going off the floor as Lewis is just pounding his face into the ground, and I loved every minute of it. All right, Trat. Chris, would you ever make the journey over to the UK? Ian, when this channel explodes and I get 500 subscribers and I'm so famous and popular, I will. All I need is 500 subscribers and I'll fly to the UK. Listen, the goal of this channel is to explode all over the place, to annoy everyone with my voice and my music. 10 more likes, UFC, Bellator, the MMA-holes. I want to take all you fucks with me. And we're going to explode all over the YouTube. We will get big. We will travel. We'll do it all. But first, we start off with Premier FC. That's how we're going to start this off. Thomas T says, let's talk about Dana White's mom. I hear she has a fat ass. Frank Pavon says, Khabib only been tagged once in 24 fights. Why would you think Ferguson could KO him? Even as Sambo fighter, as a Sambo fighter, he lost 3 fights by judges. Ferguson gets mangled by Khabib. It's very easy to say Khabib is going to win due to his record, being undefeated. It's very simple to say that. But it takes a man to say that Tony Ferguson is going to rip his fucking head off. I'm not a Ferguson fan at all. Don't get me wrong. Actually, I would like to see Khabib win. I like Khabib as a person better than Tony Ferguson. It's just a matter of preference. But when you look at both fighters, you look at the tools. Khabib is not as well-rounded as Tony Ferguson. It's not even close. Khabib is a master on the ground. But that's it. That is it. You think he could stand up and strike with Tony Ferguson? You're out of your fucking mind. Fredette About says, Ferguson has a very good takedown defense, scramble, and is much better on the feet than Khabib. And I concur. That's a... And Connor... Yes, sir! Fook Scientology says, X-Ghost. Ian says, Dana's mom is a twat. Money-hungry cunt. Oh, my goodness. That's so terrible. I love it. Jacob says, forget about it, Khalib Beeb only had 7 or 8 fights in the UFC, bro. And that's true. Look at it. If you look at his record, it's very spread out. And not as many UFC fights. And if I'm not mistaken, Tony Ferguson has a longer win streak. So, what do you think about that? UFC win streak, at least. As I sip on my coffee, it's delicious. Let me tell you, I make some good fucking coffee over here. Yes, that's right. Hector is done, says Jay Smooth. Frank says, Ferguson gets hit more often than Chris Brown's ex-girlfriend. He eats punches like a fat person eats cake. Pancakes. Thomas T. Ian, how do you really feel? And not Jay Smooth. Frank, that was a very wonderful, wonderful sentence. I like that. Forget About says, Khabib, or Kalabib, doesn't have that zombie-like ability to absorb anything and never gets phased that Tony has, which I think will come into play. Ian, and it's nice to see Ian. It's nice to see you here. It's very nice. I'd say all the way over from Scotland. It makes my fucking head scramble and spin. It says, if Khabib, how do you see him winning? If Tony wins, how do you see him winning? Well, I think I kind of explained that. Listen, if Khabib wins, we all know how that's going to happen. We all know. He sucks him to the ground. Tony has no answer for Khabib's menacing presence on the ground. But the thing is, he has to get him to the ground. And Tony Ferguson is good everywhere. He's good off of his back. He's a slippery son of a bitch. So it's a very good fight. It is a very good fight. And honestly, that should be the fight. That should be the main event right there. No offense, Wonder Boy or Woodley. No offense. But I think we all could agree. We'd rather see that fucking fight. Let's be honest. All right, Blake. I think you were the one I was calling Black Davis. What up, you fucking guys? What's up? And I hope you are.
Wonderful, wonderful.
That's right. I really do. I really, really do. Hey, and welcome. It's nice to see these new faces in here. I like that. I like seeing new MMA holes in this motherfucker. All right. Eric Everhard. I like that name. It's like a fucking porno. I'm here because David Mendes told me to check this channel out. Let's give it a shot. Eric, listen, hold on. Everybody, all the MMA holes, I want you all to stand up right now. I want you to rise out of your seats. Eric Everhard is here. And Eric Everhard is...
Wonderful, wonderful.
That's right. He really is. Jay Smooth says Travis Brown is laid up in the ER with Honda. Poor guy. I mean, those two just can't catch a freaking break. They can't. They can't catch a break. If you're just tuning in now, tune in tomorrow, Thursday night. Premier FC. We will have fighters on. 4 to be exact. And it's going to be wonderful, wonderful. You're going to see me interview people, hang out with people, and you guys are going to ask questions and behave as best as possible. We only have one lady tomorrow. So, actually, you guys are very nice to Sarah Payant. She was awesome. Very pretty girl. And she was in Bellator. Now she's fighting in Premier. She's going to be back in Bellator, I'm sure. She looks like she has a promising future. She'll bounce back. And she's going to win March 11th. But you guys were swooning over her. And we had Karen from Premier FC as well, the CEO, who is awesome. We will have her back on, for sure. And everyone knows Justin Sumter. Justin the Fort Sumter is the fucking man. Justin Sumter, look at this guy. Friend of the MMA-holes right over here. You saw him last time with an MMA-hole shirt on. He is a wonderful, wonderful man. And, yeah, that's right. The Premier Ground. That's right. Happened in March 11th. Fuck yeah. 24 in the tip jar. Thank you so much. Let's go through here. Let's see what the fuck you guys have. He talking about Dana's mom here. So Thomas T says Dana's mom wrote a book about Dana. What? No. Did he really? Did he really? Did she really? If she did, let me know about that. I need to fucking find out about that. Look at you guys. Breaking news over here. That's pretty interesting, though. I need to find out about this Dana White's mom thing. That's pretty interesting. Is it like a tell-all? Does she throw him under the bus? That'd be great. That'd be great. Steven says Tony's hands will destroy the Russian same size hands as Brock Lesnar. That's right. Tony's hands are as big as an airplane. Tiger Leg says, so nice. It's wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
That's right. Thomas T says, Tony is a beast, and so is Khalibib. I agree. Forget about it. Lorenz Larkin is underrated. When he focused, Lorenz Larkin is fucking awesome. I think he's back with the UFC. I knew his contract was up. When he focuses and gets aggressive, he can beat up just about anyone. And he fucking finished Neil Magny, which was impressive. Jacob says Dana White's relationship with his mother reminds me of Eminem and his white trash mom. All right. Thomas T says my MMA hole is red and hairy. Represent. That is a beautiful, beautiful statement. I like that. Patrick Cummings, what do you think about it? Oh, yes. That's right. That made me want to squeeze pus out of my knees. Fred About says, Eric Everhard, just hearing your name got me semi-hard. Man is back in this hoe. Man, welcome. I hope you're wonderful, wonderful. XGhost22 says, Travis Brown got knocked out just to show Honda it's okay. That's very nice of him. That was very thoughtful. Eric Everhard says, this man hosting looks like me. Israel's Jesus Christ. All right. Blake Davis says, who would you like to see GSP fight? Let's talk about GSP. Fuck it. Now, I've stated this a million times. I've pissed off many people. GSP is back in the UFC. All right. Who should he fight? I know Michael Bisping is lobbying to fight him to get that big payday. Wants to see that happen. He needs it to happen. Does he think it's a layup fight? Possibly. He's a bigger man. But he could be running from the soldier of God. He very well could be. And it sounds like and looks like he is. But can you blame him? If he gets his way and calls out this one, he gets Henderson, then he gets freaking GSP. Why the fuck not? Why the fuck not, Michael Bisping? But that's not the fight I want to see. The fight I need to see is Nick Diaz versus GSP. I don't want to see it. I need to see it. I need to see that happen. That's the next fight for GSP. That's the one that should happen. It's the only fight that freaking makes sense to me. The only one. What do you guys think? All right, everybody calm down. Tiger Leg says, I love GSP Blake Davis. And he has a huge, huge fan base. Take nothing away from GSP. The guy has been the man for a long time. He's drawn crazy numbers. He's a Canadian legend. He just never was my cup of tea. Ian, he says, I'm making the trip over to Belfast on Friday morning to watch the fight for my... No fucking way. Wait, hold on. Ian, talk to me, kid. Talk to me. You're going to Belfast on Friday? Do you have tickets to this fight? I am fucking pumped up to see Gallagher fight. I mean, I'm not going to be there, but I'll be watching as a fight buddy. But if you're going to be there, let me know. It's pretty cool. And report as an MMA-hole. All right. That's freaking cool. Thomas D says she talks about him banging ring girls. Ooh, sexy. Forget About says Connor wants to slap Khloe Kardashian, fat ass. How do you feel about that? I think that's pretty much...
Wonderful, wonderful.
Right? David Mendes says, Eric, this is the fucking channel, my friend. Like this shit. That's right. David Mendes. How about David Mendes? Let's talk about David Mendes for a second. The fucking guy comes aboard this weekend. He comes aboard this weekend, but not only does he come aboard this weekend, he comes in strong and hard and erect. You gotta appreciate that in a man. Whatever the fuck that means. No, I don't know. I don't fucking know. All right. Forget About says Shameless. Man says late stoppage. How do you get a performance of the night bonus? You knock his ass out. Tiger Leg says GSP. GSP versus Nick says Man. Eric Everhard says Forget About it. I am forever hard. It sounds like a great thing. Could be uncomfortable in certain situations, but that sounds like it could be interesting. Mayhem Miller versus Nick Diaz. Make it happen. Tiger Leg says yes. Dana banging ring girl with Goldie screaming, here we go. Here we go. Steven says, Yoel will shit on Bisping. That would be great. Yoel just fucking crouches over Michael Bisping's face and shits in his mouth. I think we'd all want to see that, right? Jacob says, LOL, Bisping is an easier fight than, say, Tyron or many other fighters in both weight. Yeah, I concur. David Mendes says GSP versus Nick Diaz too. David wants to see it. Don't we all? Forget About says GSP would Superman punch Connor's head clean off. Fierce. Oh, man. We're never going to see that fight happen. I think we could all agree with that, right, Connor?
Yes, sir.
Is Connor coming back? Is Connor coming back? According to Tony Ferguson, Connor's not coming back. What do you guys think in the chat? Let's spark up a conversation. Let's all get comfy. Let's all pull up a seat, get nice and toasty, get your hot chocolate or your fucking, I don't know, your scotch. There's no scotch today. Today is coffee. That's right. And I sound like Bill Clinton for some reason. I don't know why. That's right. Yeah. My beard is getting so powerful right now. It's probably the longest I've ever had it. How far should I go with it? It's getting unruly and I kind of like it. It's like burly and very Viking-ish. That's what I like to go for. I go into the barbershop and I'm like, give me the Viking. That's what I like to do. So that's what I like to do. Is Connor coming back? Did you answer my fucking question? If you didn't, I will come into the chat and I'll stab all of yous in the face. All of yous. I'm not fucking around. Do you think the new drug testing policy will affect George's performance? No. I think the layoff will. The cage rust could possibly play a factor, but not the drug testing. Ian, yeah, my mate is paying. Oh, you're so lucky, you fuck. He's paying our way over. That's a fucking good one, man. Did you guys see James Gallagher's last Bellator fight? It was a fucking rock concert. The guy came out. They wisely put him back in Ireland. And it was like a fucking rock concert with the dude. He fucking stole the show. That's why I'm very interested to see this fight on Friday. We have to purchase our own tickets, though. That's all right. It shouldn't be that. It's fucking Bellator, for God's sakes. I got to go to work, motherfuckers. Have a great show. MMA-holes, Mexican in the fucking house. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful night at work. Forget about it. DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis on the same fucking team? Oh, my goodness. Sounds dangerous. X Goes 22 says Nick Diaz versus Education. Who you got? That's a tough one. I'll get back to you. Steven says Conor versus Mayweather next. I concur. Conor, do you think so?
Yes, sir.
Conor agrees. Pro Tool says, does the beard match the pubes? Yes. My pubes are a reddish gray. No, that's not. I don't think. I don't know. We'll do a reveal show one of these days. And if you guess it right, you get a t-shirt. Mexican D-side has a life. We understand. Us unemployed will keep watching. That's right. That's right. I like to keep all my unemployed friends in one place, so I know where all of you are. Forget about it. I would trade everything I have, family included, for a beard like yours. You know what's weird? The problem with this beard is this. Not only can I grow it here like this, but I could grow it everywhere like this. It doesn't just stop here. It just could go everywhere. So that's the problems. That's the problems that happen. But I'm gonna try to grow a thick, healthy, hearty beard for you guys, so I can represent. I don't know what that means. Maxine says, Eric, jobless niggas. Oh shit, I said the M word. You fuck. Ninjas. Like you keep the world turning round. Salute. Thomas T says, that's a good Mexican. Thomas T says, Conor should defend his belt, but I can't blame him for the circus fight. You can't. You can't blame the fucking guy. The guy wants to get freaking paid. He won 2 belts over at the UFC. Everyone's like, oh, you got to defend your belt. He doesn't have to do anything. He's fucking Conor McGregor. Blake Davis says, yes, Conor will be back after he gets a couple more animal tattoos. Oh, yes. Yes, Blake. Yes. Yes, I like that. Slow clap. Very nice. Well done. He does. He has a fucking monkey and a lion on his stomach, on his tummy. It's a little weird. But hey, I can't criticize tattoos because I have the weirdest ones. Frank says pre-USADA fighters are shadows of post-USADA fighters. And it's scary. It really is scary when you go down the roster and you look at these guys after USADA. But who knows? It could be coincidence with some of these guys, and some others it might not be. Frank says only one fighter with legit KO power, Conor. Thomas T says check Chris's dog. What? Check Chris's dog for beard evidence. All right. I don't know what that means. I'm confused. I don't know. Suck these fucking balls, says David Mendez. Forget about it says, if Conor fights Floyd, would you like to see him spin kick him in the face and get disqualified? You know, a lot of people say that's going to happen. A lot of people are like, yeah, Conor's just going to come out there and just do something crazy and fucking put a foot right into Mayweather's chest and fucking throw him right through the people say that's going to happen. Or he's going to threaten to do something. But unfortunately, Floyd Mayweather covers his tracks. By the time Conor McGregor steps in that ring, everything's going to be signed, and he's going to be handcuffed to what he can and cannot do. So unless he wants a hefty fine or something taken away from his purse, I don't think he's going to be able to do something like that. But he's going to try his antics. He's going to be moving quirky, and he's going to be trying his Conor McGregor tricks. I just don't see anything like that happening. I hope it fucking does. I hope he does do something fucking so stupid like that. It'd be amazing. And just kicks Mayweather right in the mush. That'd be great. The name's Black. Blake Davis, I demand you to change your name to Black Davis. I demand it right now. I liked you better as Black Davis. I almost called you Black Davis again. That's what happens when you shine a nice, beautiful, bright beauty light in your face and you talk into it for 3 hours straight. That's my excuse for that. Paul Craig and JoJo will be champs by year's end. Okay. Interesting, Ian. Very interesting. Tiger Leg says micro penis. The takeover. X Ghost 22 says Mexican. Have a good day. Go flip them burgers. Jacob says Conor probably will vacate and fuck me. What is wrong with me today? Conor probably will vacate and retire for a while because dudes, remember, he did basically that when he fought for Cage Warriors, and he did. The thing with Conor, and this is basically what he's been known to do, is achieve them goals and move on to the next thing. It seems like that's what he just keeps doing. It's like goal ADD. It's like once he hits it, he's like, nah, I'm good with that. Let's just do something else now. In Conor's defense, he said he would be two-way champ. He would have 2 belts in the UFC. He said it from day freaking one. So you can't criticize the guy too much. The guy went in there. He got that 145 interim. He sealed the deal, got the 145, solidified it, and then ran over to 155 and yanked that belt away too. In the middle, some circus things happened, but he did accomplish it. So it doesn't matter how he did it. So now it's like, where does he go from here? I think he will be back in the UFC, and I do feel he is going to defend that belt. The problem is, it might not even be Tony. It might not even be Khabib. It might be someone else. By the time Conor comes back and after the whole Mayweather thing dies down, it could be someone completely different. Who's next? We don't know. No one knows. But it's an interesting thing, you know. I just want the news to break already. I want it to happen already. Let's just, come on. Conor's going to fight Mayweather. Okay, let's talk about it now. Let's get into that. Let's see the trash talking and all that bullshit. I don't like this limbo stuff. I don't like that. I just want to know. I want to find out. But it's not about Conor anymore. It's about GSP. It's about Ronda Rousey being gone. It's not about her anymore. It's about the new people, the new blood. Who is next? Who will rise? Chris Cyborg is back. Who is she going to fight? Who is she going to fight? But the thing I really want to know is this. All right, living room? The thing I really want to know is this. Who is next for the Black Beast? That's what I want to know. Everyone and their mother is saying the same thing. Ngannou. Everyone's saying it. Now, I would love to see that fight, but is everyone saying, hey, let's make this big black man fight another big black man? That'd be great. Is everyone saying that? Or is it just because they want to see that fight? Now, I would love to see that fight. Ngannou versus Lewis. I would. But does Derek Lewis want to see that fight? Is that a little risky for Derek Lewis right now? Let's go to the pound for pound. Black Beast. Man, I was so happy that he beat Travis Brown. I don't know why. But it just did a lot for me. Made me very happy. I was very happy for him. Not that I hate Travis Brown. I don't hate him. But I like the Black Beast. And I did pick him before 2017 started. So I had to fucking stick with my guns. And the Black Beast prevailed. All right, let's look around here. As it jumps around. Na-di-da, heavyweight division. That's terrible. That was fucking horrible. I don't know what the hell happened. All right. Francis Ngannou is next. Derek Lewis is 6'7". Okay, so what do we got here? I feel this fight is a little stuck in the mud. I kind of feel this fight shouldn't happen right yet. A lot of people are calling for it. A lot of people are saying it. I feel Derek Lewis made a big mistake that when he won the fight, he said he's going to take some time off. I have no problem with that. But the mistake I feel that Derek Lewis made was he called out Mark Hunt. Now, respect to the fact that Derek Lewis wants the fight that's going to be what the fans want to see. Two guys going in there and slugging it out. Much respect for that. But it doesn't make sense if you want to really get that belt. If you want to take that little fake belt, put it aside, and actually put a real belt on your shoulder, I don't feel that fight makes sense. Let me explain to you why I don't think the Francis Ngannou fight makes sense yet. I'm not opposed to them fighting each other. I just feel it's not right now. I don't want to see that right now. I want Francis Ngannou, I want Derek Lewis to clash when it's time to get up top. When it's time to be in contention for that belt. That's when I want it to happen. So let's see what happens with Overeem and Hunt. Let's see what goes on there. Let Ngannou fight someone else in this mix. Whoever else is falling behind. We have the Miocic fight is coming up. We have a lot of things coming up in the works. Dos Santos versus Miocic is coming up. Let these things unfold. Have a Lewis fight the winner of one of these fights up here. Have Ngannou fight the winner of one of these fights up here. Give them one more. And then when Ngannou and Lewis meet, let them fight for that spot at the belt, for the belt. Because I feel they're on a crash course for each other. I just feel it's too premature right now. I don't think it's the fight to make right now. Now, I'm in the minority. No pun intended. That was a terrible racist joke. But I don't think it should happen right now. I'm just not ready for that fight. Would I like to watch it? Of course. Who wouldn't want to watch that fight? I just feel it should happen later on. I really do. Let things unfold a little bit. Let Lewis take that little bit of a break. Let Ngannou fight someone top 5. Lewis fight someone top 5. And then have them crash if they both get their W's. What do you guys think? Let's talk to the chat. I need to know your opinion on this. All right. The attitude on Conor is getting a little much for me. He's changed loads and loads since the Mendes fight. Yeah, you know what? As Conor keeps on getting more power, he's really pushing that character out there for sure. I can understand how he's getting on people's nerves. I can't argue that. You know, he has been puffing his chest a little bit more, but I do like what he does. I'm a fan of him, and I enjoy the way he fights. Let's be honest. When it comes to Conor McGregor, anytime my man fights, let me fix this up. Anytime he fights, he comes. He comes to play. He comes. Well, that'd be weird if he comes. But every time he does fight, he comes to fight, and he puts on a show. So that's what I respect mostly about Conor McGregor. Put aside all of his antics. I love watching the way he fights and the lead up to his fights. That's the best part about Conor McGregor to me. Mayweather is too chicken, hit to engage, says Jay Smooth. He will run from Conor even with the rules advantage. He will run. But if you think about it, Mayweather, that's his style, man. He's all over the place. Dipping and weaving and bobbing and sticking and moving. He's not the type of guy that likes to finish. Now, if Mayweather goes at Conor and tries to put him away, make for a great show, but you know that's not going to happen. He's just going to try to pick him apart. It's all about the cage pooper, says Thomas T. Jay Smooth says, chicken shit. Frank says, aye. But TBF, Conor knocked all but one person out since Mendes fight. Let's look at his stats. Let's go there. Let's take you to the living room. Let's take it to the chorus. Right? You want to just do that? You want to take it to the chorus? Let's go to Mac. Let's go to Mac and me. Let's go to Conor McGregor. There he is, the notorious one. You bring him up, I bring him out. Here he is. Eddie Alvarez, let's be honest. That fight was epic. That was epic. The way he dismantled Alvarez, who is no slouch. Very, very interesting. Now, the Nate Diaz fight, okay. Listen, that was a brawl. That was a great fucking brawl. This one here, was it a shocker? No, it wasn't a shocker, but it was epic. I was in the building for that. It was epic. But you got the KO of Aldo. You got the KO of Mendes. Alvarez. Come on, man. Now, Dana Seaver, okay, we can put that aside. Poirier, he made it look easy. Brandao, Max Holloway, he didn't finish him, but he went the distance with him. Come on. Can't disrespect this guy. This guy is Conor McGregor. But we're talking about Derek Lewis right now, so let's not get sidetracked. But Chris, can't read for shit. You got to admit, it's a little cheap what Conor does. Like, he jumps the line to fight champions. He does get an advantage. He does. His mouth and everything, the whole package gets him what he wants and what he says. I'm not trying to suck off Conor. I'm just explaining to you guys that he's different. He's a different character right now. Many people think that it's ruining the UFC, and possibly it could be. Well, we're going to find out. There's a little bit of break in the UFC. Let's see what the UFC could put together. 208 was a shit show. It was a disaster. Complete disaster. Let's see what 209 brings. On paper, it looks great. It looks very good. So let's see what happens. All right. Fred About says, the Black Beast is fighting for the championship in his next fight. Did you not see that interim belt he was holding? That's true. You know, that's a good point, Fred about it. That's a very good point. That's a
wonderful
point. Blake, also known as Black Davis. I should just start calling you Black Davis. It's the best. Lewis said he is taking time off, so maybe he can fight Kane when he gets healthy. Now that's what I would like to see. You sing you good. Didn't he break his foot, says Jay Smooth? And he did. He did. He put a picture on He put a video on Instagram where they were effing around with his foot, and it did look like. And he said he was in tougher fights, which was the best part. Can you imagine if Derek let loose with the Dookie? It would have looked like a Bigfoot scat. Oh my God! If he would have shit himself in that cage, I think I would have laughed. I would have laughed for like 3 weeks straight. I would have just laughed over and over and over again. It would have been the best. It would have been the best day of my life, but it didn't happen. Pro244I says, Chris, who would win in a fight between you and Mr. Wonderful? Come on. What kind of silly question is that? I would win every fight. Me versus anyone, I always win. Frank says, Kane, half fit, would drive through Lewis. Kane is on sports science. The hardest punch ever measured. His leg shoot is on par with an American defensive tackle. Kane is a freaking animal. Frank, take nothing away from Kane. He is an animal. The guy is a beast. When healthy, when half healthy, the guy is ridiculously good. The problem is, when are we going to see him in the cage again? When is it going to happen? I'm not convinced. I'm not sold. I hope he can come back. A lot of people say he will be back. Jay Smooth says Kane is fragile as fuck. So yeah. Xghost22 says, ... Chris, I know we talk a lot of shit here, but I want to thank you for doing what you do. Well, Xghost. I'm going to cry. I'm going to fucking cry. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's very nice of you. I'm glad you guys appreciate this shit. I have fucking fun doing this. This is a lot of fun. I'm going to do this 3 nights in a row for the fuck of it. The goal with this channel is to grow as many fooks as I could possibly do. Stick as many people inside that fucking box. That's right. So subscribe now. Let's stick all you motherfuckers in that box. Do it. And the only thing I could ask from you guys is just to keep liking, keep watching, and share. Share if you can. Just throw the shit out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever the fuck you want to do. It just helps the channel. More likes, the more it makes me happy, and the more I want to keep doing this. But I do enjoy this. I really have a lot of fun. Thank you, Xghost. Thomas T says, Derek Lewis smashed the ass cans at Halifax. And there you go. Right in that. Look at very smart person right there. Jumped right in there. Thank you very much. And a wonderful, wonderful to you.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Forget About says, nothing makes me happier than seeing black on black crime. Well, that. Marlene's here. What's up, Marlene? Says, I disagree with you, Chris. I think Luis Ngannou should fight, and then the winner fights for the title. Now, if that was the case, yes, I do agree with that. Marlene, I do agree. Luis versus Ngannou, title shot right after that. But unfortunately, it's not going to happen because it's a cluttered mess. It's a cluttered mess up here. The heavyweight division is a disaster right now. With guys that can't stay healthy and everything like that, I don't know if they would jump. Let's look at it. You got Verdum, Miocic, Velasquez, Overeem, Dos Santos, Rothwell. Like, you have right there as your top 5. Now, easily those could get bumped, super easily. But I think a fight between Luis and Ngannou doesn't automatically give you, as much as Dana White would love to give 6 and 7 the title shot, to jump over all these guys, it's tough. I'm trying to think of a scenario where this would happen. You got Miocic versus Dos Santos. Say Miocic wins, which will probably happen. All right. Overeem's fighting Hunt, which if Hunt wins that fight, which I don't know about that, but if Hunt wins that fight, now you have a Ngannou Lewis moving up in this area over here. We don't know what's up Velasquez, so it's possible. It's very possible that it could fucking happen, but a lot of things, you need a lot of things to come into play for it to happen. So what I would think is they're both one fight away from getting to that chance at a belt. It's interesting. You need a lot of things to fall apart over here for this to happen. But would I want to see a Luis Ngannou fight? Of course. I mean, listen, that's a fight that needs to eventually happen. I'm just not sure if it should happen right yet. But who knows? When Luis feels better, there is a chance. Maybe Ngannou takes a fight in Lewis's break, moves up the ladder, and then they give Luis that shot. Then it's possible. But I don't think it's right yet. But we'll see. That's why we watch. All right. Ian says, serious question. How come Americans don't back their own? For example, Eddie Alvarez was getting shit by the crowd in New York. Conor was getting cheered like he was from, it's funny. I was actually at the weigh-ins for the Alvarez-McGregor thing. In our backyard, it was at MSG. And I thought it was awesome. I really thought it was awesome. But the whole crowd was going for McGregor. I mean, Alvarez was getting booed like you wouldn't believe. Now, my thought is this. Alvarez is from Philly. I'm a New York guy. Fuck Alvarez. Like, that's what I think. I know Conor's from another country. But I feel that the UFC is the only sport where you could root for a guy, and it doesn't matter where he's really from. It really doesn't matter. You root for that person, that character, with UFC, Bellator, any of these MMA sports. That's how it is. Whereas, I mean, football, look at football. Like American football, if you think of that. You have people that live in New York that root for Green Bay. It's weird. Football, I guess, is the closest thing to that for us. American football is the closest thing to us. But it is weird. I could see it being weird from other countries, but it is what it is. Look at Ronda Rousey. Goes to Brazil back when she was on top of the world, and they were rooting for her over Betchko Correia. I mean, it happens. It happens. That's the cool thing about the UFC. You got people rooting for people all over the world. It brings us all together. It makes us all friends. Yeah. That's deep. I try to be serious, but it doesn't really work out too well. They're giving presents to Marlon Lane. Maynard J says, would people rather see Bisping fight GSP or Romero? It's tough. I don't like Romero. I'm not a fan of him, and he's a dismantle Bisping, so I kind of rather see the GSP fight. It's just not fair to Romero. So it's a matter of what I want to see and what's fair. I want to see GSP Bisping. Actually, I want to see GSP. You know what? Fuck it. I want to see GSP fight Diaz. So yes, give me Bisping Romero. Yes. I just fucking flip-flop, but yeah, that's how I want it. Lucky Chucky's here. Good, Marlin. How are you doing? Lucky and Marlin sitting in the tree. KISSING. Thomas Brown says Lewis shouldn't fight Ngannou. Those are your only two rising stars in the heavyweight division. A fight between them gets rid of one of them. Thank you, Thomas Brown. I concur. That's exactly, it's another way of saying exactly how I feel. Frank says Overeem is a pre-USADA fighter, glass-jawed. Overeem looked good until as of late. He came back and he actually revamped his style with Jackson Wink, and he looked pretty damn good. He actually looked good against Miocic too, but Miocic is he's just a level better than everyone right now. Miocic is very good, and I'm a big fan of him. Jay Smooth says, I hope Romero retires Bisping and GSP. It's very possible that will happen. Fredette About says, stop flooding this chat with love for Marlin. No offense, Marlin. I like you too. Oh, man. Maynard J. Well, listen, Lucky's in love. He's lucky in love. It's so wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
That's right. 24 in the tip jar, 475 subscribers. I'm having a good time with you, Fuchs. I hope you are the same. And remember, always remember, tomorrow night, my chair is squeaky. Fucking piece of shit. I'm literally sitting in a free chair. It's a high production we have over here. Remember, tomorrow night, Premier FC, I'm going to be on 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be on from 8 to 8:30 talking to you guys, discussing, getting you guys ready, loosening you up, massaging the shoulders. Then 8:30, the fun starts. 8:30 to 10 o'clock. Well, actually 10:30. 8:30 to 10:30, we'll have some fighters on. 4 to be exact. Premier FC, check it out. A lot of cool stuff to talk about. We're going to get in detail with these guys and gals, and it's going to be wonderful, wonderful. Anytime you have questions, you drop it in the chat. Have some fun, and I can't wait. I'm looking forward to that. Friday night, Phuket. Let's do it. Let's get together. UFC is not on, but Bellator is on, and I want to see my man James Gallagher fight another Irishman, and I want to see what he's about. I saw him fight the last time. It was a lot of fun. It was like watching a rock star. Let's do a fight, buddies. Right? What do you say? 3 nights in a row of MMA-holes. Fuck it. Let's do it. I hope you guys are wonderful, wonderful. That's the spirit. Keep trying. Forget about it. Don't worry, Marlon. It's not your fault. You're so popular. X goes, no. Yo Romero has a very active digest tract. Maynard says, I don't like Romero either. He's a dirty son of a bitch. And he needs to get axed. I would love to see Romero get picked off. I would love to see it. I really wanted Weidman to do it. Not because he's a New York boy. Not because he's from Strong Island. But I really wanted to see him beat up Romero. I wanted to see Weidman back in the picture. That was a shame that didn't happen. But look what it did. It blessed us with a fucking badass fight with Chris Weidman. So, look what happened. Marlin, how was dinner? Jay Smooth, Romero is pretty dirty as a fighter, but damn, he's terrifying. Even Jacare couldn't stop him. There was questions about that fight. That was a questionable fight. Questionable. And Jacare is a beast, too. I would like to see a sequel of that. Jacob says, Chris, is it possible that you have Yol because he is a black Cuban slimly since birth, motherfucker, who occasionally cheats, that's all. Okay. That's it. You need some WD-50. Thomas T says, I think, whoops, I lost you. Butterbean versus Demetrius Johnson pulls mega numbers. That would be the fight to see. That's the fight to make. Dana White, if you're watching, make that fucking fight. It would be great. Connor, would you like to see that?
Yes, sir.
Ellen, would you like to see that?
What,
Diaper John, would you like to see that?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yes, everyone would like to see that. But more importantly, Patrick Cummins says, That's right. All the sound bites running through. That's what we do. That's how we do it. Didn't the new UFC ownership say they wanted to go international? They've done less international shows than old ownership. They've had the company since UFC 200. Yes, I think this new ownership is a piece of shit. That's what I think. I'm starting to have my doubts about this new ownership. They were really skyrocketing before the sale. Things were really fucking hitting its stride. A lot of fun to watch. Good stuff. And then things got a little weird. Got a little top heavy. And then boom, UFC 208, that pile of shit gets dropped into Brooklyn. So that kind of sucked. So what do we look forward to right now? Conor McGregor's out. Rousey looks like she's not coming back. So they're dealt with that. They're left with this situation right now. GSP they bring back. That's a move. They make sure it happens. It's like, we need this to happen. Welcome back, GSP. Is GSP the one to save the UFC, to bring them going back in this direction? That fight night that happened Sunday was freaking awesome. It was awesome. They know how to put together a fight night. We've seen it over and over again. They've done a pretty good job on the fight nights. Now it's time to get those pay-per-views together. Let's pull these pay-per-views together. Let's make it happen. Let's make it fun. UFC 209 is the next big fish that we get to see. I don't think it's sold out yet. I don't think UFC 209 is sold out. So now what do we do? Like, is this fight going to be a letdown? I'm scared about UFC 209. Let's go there. I'm a little nervous about UFC 209. Now, you look at the top two, it's a good time. But it scares me. UFC 209. I'm a little nervous. And we have a big Fight Buddies plan for that, so stay tuned. It's going to be wonderful, wonderful. But I am a little nervous. It does unnerve me. All right. Here it is. This is what we got so far for UFC 209. It looks like this is set in stone. Is this the fucking pay-per-view of all pay-per-views? Okay, we have a rematch here. Tyron Woodley versus Wonderboy Thompson. A fight that kind of needed to happen, so I'm not upset about it. I just didn't want this to be the main event. No offense to Wonderboy Woodley fans, and I like Wonderboy a lot. We met him. Nice man. Nice fella. Check our videos. Back in the day, we met Steven Thompson. Very nice guy. But I don't know. To me, the fight that stands out is the Nurmagomedov-Ferguson fight. You got to say, okay, this is going to be great. This is going to be fireworks. What if Khabib just lays on Ferguson and just fucking blankets him, which is very fucking possible. Now we got this. Evans versus Kelly. People might be like, what the fuck are these two old motherfuckers fighting about? The story is Kelly. The guy is, 39 years old? It doesn't say it here. I think he is 39 years old. He might even be 40 let's see. Yeah, he's 39 years young. There he is, Daniel Kelly. He's a good story, though. Came out of the Ultimate Fighter, I think it was Nations. Australian fella. And he's a good story. So I kind of interested in that. But that's that's right before the co-main. Kelly versus Evans? That's a fight night shit right there. And then you got this fight over here. Okay. Lando. All right. We could see some fireworks with this. Okay, we're good with this. I feel this fight should be here. Okay. Let's take the Lando fight and make this the one before the co-main. And then you have Overeem and Hunt. That's going to be fun. That's going to be a fun one. 5 fights over here. 5 fights on UFC 209. Okay. Let's look through here. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Guys, honestly, is this a fucking card? Is this the card right now that makes you go, UFC 208 sucked? This card here is going to save us. This card here is going to bounce us back. No. This isn't the card that's going to bounce us back. Honestly, this card has a lot of potential to fucking suck. What does it say? Pro244I says, by the time Chris reads this, we will all be old. No, you're not all older. I read it right now. Shut your fucking mouth, Pro Tool. I'll come in there and I'll slice your throat off. I see it all. Well, I don't. But yeah. But let's talk about UFC 209. Guys, let me know what you think. Let me know what you freaking think of this shit. UFC 209. is it going to suck? Now, everyone says, hey, you know what? We're pumped up. We want to see Nurmagomedov, and we want to see what happens. Stephen Thompson, he put on 8 pounds of muscle. I know Marlon's happy about that. But Marlon, let me know what you think about that. Stephen Thompson putting on 8 pounds of muscle. Is that going to help? Let me know. But I don't know. Is this the answer? Is this card? I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical. Chat room, unite. The cringiest chat on YouTube, the MMA-holes. That's why you subscribe to this shit. The cringiest of the cringe. I summon all of you together, and you are all wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay. Let's see. Tiger Leg says females like MMA. Yes. Believe it or not, yes. Marlon proves that right. Frank says 209, only one fight of note. Khabib. I mean, really. Abazaba says, Abazaba, welcome. I don't know what that was. Welcome. Chris, you need a fight to chill the fans out going into the main event. You want a mix that rises and falls. No, I don't. I want a consistent card. Like, for instance, to me, a perfect card was the Lewis Brown card. To me, that was great. I had a fucking great time with that card. It was balanced. It was fun. Good story going into that main event. We saw some finishes. We saw some decisions. They were all very entertaining. UFC Halifax was a home run for me. That was A+ for me. And that was a fight night. Thoroughly enjoyable. I have doubts. I have doubts about this card. I want this card to be good in the worst freaking way. Especially for my buddy Wonderboy over here. I want him to get that W. But the problem is this. And I don't know what the shit was. I don't know what the fuck that was. But if Wonderboy wins, get ready for Wonderboy Woodley 3. Woo! Yes, let's fucking watch that again. Get ready, because it's going to happen. If Wonderboy beats Woodley, you're going to see a third fight. Even if Wonderboy beats the shit out of Woodley, you're going to see a third fight. Because Woodley's going to complain, oh, they're not giving me a rematch. Because blah, 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 blah. Ah, fuck. Shut up, Woodley. You know you're going to fucking see it. Guys, think about it. Just think about it. All right. As he was eating that tube steak, Marlon says, yes, I love Wonderboy, and no doubt, would that help? With a smushy face with hearts in the eyes, Ian says, why the fuck do they continue to put fights in random locations that don't make any sense? Brown versus Lewis in Halifax. Rumble versus Cormier in Buffalo. Pettis versus Max Holloway in Toronto. Stipe versus JDS in Dallas. What the fuck? I know Joe Rogan was ranted about the 209 thing as well. How is there no Diaz brothers on the 209? How does that make any fucking sense? But not 209. Hello. Well, in the 209 on the you know what I mean. But yeah, it doesn't fucking make sense. A lot of things the UFC does, you feel like they just drop the ball when it comes to little things like that. And that, I don't know. But look at Brooklyn, one of the worst cards ever, and they fucking sold it out by putting a couple of Brazilians on there, and then all the Brazilian fans are like, I want to see Anderson Silva fight, so they sell the fucking thing out, and look what happens. And you got my stupid ass there too. After watching him beat Hector the way he did, I hope he makes a run at 185. The height just concerns me. It's the same concern I have with Kelvin Gastelum. Kelvin Gastelum, I don't think the height's a problem. Hendricks, I do feel the height's going to be a problem. Yes. Especially when he makes a little bit of a run. Yes, it will be a problem for Johnny Hendricks. Forget About says, I doubt he put on a full 8 pounds of muscle, maybe 8 pounds of total weight. That's what Forget About says. Ian, then they wonder why arenas don't sell out. But the problem is they are. That's the problem right now. The UFC is so big right now that, 209 is not totally sold out yet, so I don't know what's going to happen. Thomas T says, I think all MMA fighters need to eat 10 pounds of chili just before they walk out. Oh, fuck. Is that what the Black Beast did? He fucking almost shit himself. It's possible. Marlon Lane says, X-Ghost, I started with, Crave Maga, went to boxing. Woo, look at you. Then worked out with with the Gracies. Marlon is wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Attacking the fitness. Thomas T says, shit sells. Shit sells. Pro 244 I says, Derek Lewis would have diarrhea waterfalls. Oh, God. Look, I was going to say something terrible there, but I held back because I'm not scotched up. If I was scotched up, I probably would have said something terrible. So I stopped. I stopped myself. Let's see. They need to put fighters in locations that they have ties to in some way. Yes, they used to do that. I don't know what happened. They kind of fell from that for a little bit. It seems like ever since the McGregor Rousey thing came into play and everything got flipped upside down, they started making these critical mistakes. Thomas, haha, true. Most females don't like MMA. I love and know the sport. And Marlon is very knowledgeable about it, for sure. And Marlon is wonderful, wonderful. She jumps in the chat like an OG that belongs in the MMA world and the MMA-holes. And she is.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Chris, I have an idea to make the show. If you can call this a show. Oh, yes, it is. It's the best show ever. Better giveaway. Your choice of prize. A prize to best comment at the end of every show to get more clowns participating. You know, guys, there will be, don't worry about it. There is going to be more giveaways. We did give away the autographed Wonder Boy Weidman magazine, the Gotham magazine, the King Clan. We have done that. We've given out shirts before. We've done this stuff. We want to do meetups. So, for instance, Premier FC is having that thing going. Premier FC is going to be on the East Coast. If you are in Massachusetts, we'll be giving away some stuff over there. We're going to be making appearances and hanging out and just bullshitting with you guys. The goal of this show is to be the biggest trolls at MMA. That's the goal right there. For me to get my press pass and bring you everywhere with me. That's the goal. Have that YouTube live, stream from events, do the giveaways. It's going to happen. I'm fully confident that it's going to happen. We just keep growing in this direction. Without you guys, we'd be nothing. So just keep watching and watch us grow. There's some OGs that are in this chat. OGs. And X-Ghost, you're kind of an OG. You've been around for a little bit. You've been around for a hot minute. There's been people in this chat that saw us with 20 subscribers, 10 subscribers. Like, man, you guys should have more subscribers. And this little bit of time, the end of 2016 we started, it was in late August, early September, somewhere around there. We started this, and we have up to 475 subscribers. No video has gone viral. It's just us hanging out, shooting the shit. It's a good fucking time. So hang in there, friends. There will be more giveaways. As we expand, as we grow, there will be more fun for you guys, a lot more fun. I enjoy doing this. I have a good time doing this. So if you guys enjoy it too, you just keep on showing up, tipping us, and keep this party going. Keep on saying those fucked up comments in the chat. And that's what's going to make this MMA-hole universe grow like a disease. We complain, we talk, we chat, we have a good fucking time every Wednesday night. Okay. Thomas T says, I saw that the ref gives a couple of slaps to Travis. Yeah, the ref is like, yeah, Travis, you okay, man? I let you get punched in the face one too many times. Everything cool? All right. Marlon says, I agree. 209 should have had one of the Diaz brothers. No doubt. Looking forward to the card. I kind of agree with you, Chris. I think Thomas and versus Willie should not have been the main. Wow, that's a lot to say for Marlon because, I mean, Wonderboy, listen, take nothing away from Wonderboy. Take nothing away from Woodley. I think both of them are a lot of fun to watch. I really do. And the fights leading up to it were great. Even their first fight was a good time. You know, it was a good fight to watch. I rewatched Wonderboy Woodley. It just, I don't know what it is about that fight, but it just doesn't do it for me. There's no rewatchability. I feel if you get that rematch, there should be a lot of rewatchability in a fight. This is a weird situation. I felt the rematch was deserved here, but it's just odd. The whole situation's odd. So for this fight to be a main event, I know Dana White was reluctant on making this fight a main event. I think it was the only choice that he had. The only thing is, Nurmagomedov Ferguson, I know it's for an interim belt, but let's be honest, that has more juice. It just has more juice. Take nothing away from Woodley Woodley versus Wonderboy, but this has the juice. I'm pretty sure if you took a vote, this is the fight that people really want to freaking see. But this could even be a dud. It has potential to be a dud. You know there's a blanket there. All right. Ian says, I'll come to the meetup. Just play for the... you know what? One day I'll pay for that flight. Ian, I'll fly you over, and we'll have a great time. Here we go. X-Ghost says, I was your 13th subscriber. You know what? I do remember. X-Ghost is an OG. X-Ghost was in there. He came and went. I noticed X-Ghost is here a little more often. I like that. X-Ghost, you're a good friend of ours. You are definitely what the diaper likes to say.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Frank says, that's a thinking beard. You should stroke it and look left and say, I'm thinking. All right, let's try that. I have terrible posture. Okay, let's sit up straight like a gentleman. I'm thinking. That work? It is magical. Look at this thing. It's a little unruly today. I didn't put any product in it. So it's kind of doing its thing. It's got a lot of grays in it. But fuck it. Who gives a shit? I like it. I kind of like it. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep this for a little while. That's right. But who gives a fuck? And you know what the best part about this stream is right now? The best part about this stream is my mouth is synced up with my voice. Fuck yeah. Let's throw a like in that. 5 more likes. In this tip jar, you know what the fuck happens. We get that song going. I still can't believe that Sunday night we played the song 10 times. I think we wound up with 103 likes on that video. So fucking cool, man. That was a lot of fun. I really had it. That was probably my favorite Fight Buddies to do. I had a good time. We had the friends flowing and rolling. It was a good time. All right. Jesus Christ, Mario. All right. Ian says UFC 209 pay-per-view over under 325,000 buys. Over under? You know what the UFC is going to do? The last minute they're going to pad their stats in some fucking way. At UFC 196, it was great. McGregor versus Diaz, the first one. UFC 196, they were literally giving away tickets for free before the event started. I'm lying in bed in Vegas, and we hear on the radio that they're giving away tickets. I'm like, what the fuck? I just paid a fortune for these things, and they're actually giving away free tickets for this thing. So I don't know. I feel like they like to fudge their numbers in some sort of way. So I guess I'll go over. Frank says under. Let's all remember Khabib versus Ferguson was scheduled to be on a Fox for free. All of a sudden, they realized it was a good fight. They made it into a pay-per-view, says Eric Everhard. And, yeah, they look at Lewis and freaking Brown. They snagged that from 208, made it a headlining fight for a fight night. If that fight was left on the... You know, this is what pisses me off. If they left that freaking fight in the UFC 208 card, the Lewis versus Brown fight, the card could have been a lot different. Could have Could have set the flow, you know, smack in the middle of a main... It would have been a lot of fun. Really would have been a lot of fun to watch that in 208. They fucking stole that from me. And I'll never forgive them for it. Dana's mom versus Woodley. Who hates Dana more? I have to find out what happened with Dana's mom. I'm going to read about this. If anyone has a link to that, send that to me and I will read it. I'm interested in that. Okay. Marlon says, I rewatched it too. I love Wonderboy and believe it was warranted a rematch. But Woodley did do more damage than Wonderboy. Wonderboy did outpoint him. That's how boxers usually fight. Yeah, I mean, I think a draw was the right call. I can't argue that call. Even watching it again, a lot of times I'll watch a fight again and be like, I don't know about that. But I do feel they got it right that time. I do feel that 10-8 was warranted, and I think it should have been a draw. My coffee's nice and cold. Fredette About says, I figured it out because you both have 2 E's and your last name. Steven says, Mario was daydreaming. Okay. David Mendes is back. Says, Fook you, Eric. I was watching porn. Interesting.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Where is it? Frank says, can stream that card for free. Why would you order it? Says Frank. I don't like to promote that stuff, but I'd probably be doing the same thing. But actually, for UFC 209, we're getting together. We're going to V-Neck's house. V-Neck, if you're there, we're going to go to the V-Neck. We're going to set up the studio in the V-Neck house. We're going to have a lot of people there. Fight Buddies is going to be swole for UFC 209. So regardless if the card is good or bad, your Fight Buddies will be representing hard and strong. David Mendes, why jack off to porn when you can jack off to a certain MMA hole? Marlon Lane says, how many UFC fights have you been to, Chris? Okay. 4. Let's go back. Jersey, Boston, Vegas, Brooklyn. Yeah, 4. And a few of them were Connor fights. Let's see. I mean, Chris, I watched the Larry Holmes versus Tex Cobb fight today. And was it wonderful, wonderful, Thomas? Let us know.
Wonderful, wonderful.
David Mendez says, I was masturbating to MMA-holes. The chat is that great. Love it. Oh, good. I'm glad we do that for you guys. Deep Web Dave is here. Says, Woodley is a little brown bitch. Okay.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I see Deep Web Dave looks like you'll fit in nicely on the MMA-holes. Howard Cosell was so offended he stopped with boxing. Pro244I says Dana's mom has got it going on. She's all I want and I've ever waited for so long. Pro244I. Eric Everhard says, "What you?" I'm still laughing at the other. Like, what the fuck? What you just said about Woodley was racist. Yes, it was. It actually was. I wanted to see Howard call UFC 1. Fukin random comment. Eric, exactly. Deep Web Dave. Mario Yamasaki versus Steve Mazzagatti. Because I met Steve Mazzagatti, I'm going to have to go with Steve. And Steve is fucking tremendous. That guy is huge. He was a huge man. I felt like a midget. I looked like a midget next to him. God damn, he was a big guy. Bacon neck, X-Ghost says. That's right. V-neck was rocking the bacon neck. His collar was all stretched out and squiggly, and he was rocking that. Remember, MMA-holes, we're going to be on 2 more nights. We're going to do Thursday night, which is tomorrow. 8 p.m. we'll be on. We'll have 4 fighters on. Bang, bang, bang. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then Friday night, I'm going to do a quickie. We're going to do Bellator MMA. We're going to do Fight Buddies. And as that, well, hold on. Let's just read this deep web, Dave. I'm curious to see what this one has to say. Abazaba also says, Fred, keep the carry picks to yourself. Oh, boy. No carry picks here. No one wants to see that. Deep Web Dave says, Fight Buddies is going to be swole for 209. It's going to be hard and strong. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Yes. Fight Buddies 209, I have big goals set for that. Fight Buddies 209, I'm looking to pull in a lot of peeps, a lot of friends. It's going to be good. It's going to be fun. Does everyone agree that David Mendez should be banned from the chat? He just got here, for God's sakes. Or should Chris just keep staring awkwardly at the screen after reading every single one of those dumb, shallow comments? It's really creepy with no sound. A little creepy. Deep Web Dave, those tits. Fredette About says, laugh out loud. He loves David Mendez. He would never ban him. Yeah, David Mendez the best is David Mendez comes on and he starts like fucking flipping us off, saying that we're assholes and fags or whatever the fuck he was saying. And then next thing you know, he's like becomes like the best MMA hole ever. So, David Mendez, you don't know. You never know with David Mendez. You never fucking know. Frank says, Woodley can't get pay-per-view. UFC about pay-per-view. Does Thompson get more pay-per-view when he fights? Dana praying Woodley loses. It's that simple. Lawler was exposed to what the fuck, Frank? Are you drunk? Hold on. Let's start this from the beginning. Woodley can't get pay-per-view. UFC pay-per-view. Does Thompson get more pay-per-view when he fights? Dana praying Woodley loses. It's that simple. Lawler was supposed to win. Blame Lawler for the fact 175 pounds is pish. So you're blaming Lawler for this. If Lawler didn't lose to Woodley, it would be a whole different story. Yes. So basically, in a nutshell, that's what you're trying to say. But Woodley fucking knocked him the fuck out. Lawler fought that fight really weird. I felt he wasn't there for that one. And Woodley capitalized on it. Take nothing away from Woodley. That was nasty. Nasty, nasty, nasty. Deep Web Dave. David Mendez is the next big thing in the MMA holes. No censorship. We're the MMA holes. That's right. Michael Jackson had fight buddies. That's different, right? You look Irish. I am half Irish. Fuck you, Deep Web. I made this channel what it is. You need me. Stop looking at my pretty mouth, says Thomas T. LOL, Chris. LOL, laugh my fucking ass off. David made this channel. See, that's the thing. I want the dumbest, most ridiculous comments in here. That's why when you guys got pissed off when George Sampras jumps in here, every once in a while, a certain MMA hole named George Sampras jumps on. Is he a troll? Yes, he is a troll. But it's okay. I encourage this shit. So it is what it is. You know, this is why the channel's here. It's for idiots. We are all a bunch of morons. But we like to talk MMA. So we like to have fun and talk MMA. That's the point of this channel. Let's go to Bellator. Let's do that. Now, some people might say, oh, fuck, here we go with Bellator. Here we go with Bellator. Who the fuck wants to talk about Bellator? Well, we are the MMA hole, so unfortunately, we do have to talk about these things. And Bellator MMA is pretty interesting this Friday. That's why a Fight Buddies is going to happen Friday, February 24th. If you look in the front, they are hyping this kid up. Now, this is the main event right over here, light heavyweight. Liam McGarry doesn't get a rematch. He fights Brett McDermott. I am not aware of Brett McDermott, but he's getting a shot against Liam McGarry. If you guys do remember, Liam McGarry won a long 5-round snoozer versus Phil Davis. That did happen. Let's scroll through this thing. Okay, we got 2 invisible people. That's always good. Colin Fletcher versus Alex Lahore. Now remember, this card is in Belfast, so you're going to see the Irish representing for sure. That's one thing that Bellator does, and that's one thing the UFC has been criticized of. Ian in the chat said this about UFC, criticizing UFC for this, that they don't have hometown fighters fighting where they belong, on a card where they belong. Well, Bellator goes the other extreme. Bellator decides, okay, we're just going to flood a card with hometown people. So that's what they do. Sinead Kavanaugh, okay? Colin Fletcher, all right? And here he is, James Gallagher. Poor Krill Medvavsky, poor guy. This guy is going into the lines then. This crowd is going to be so fucking loud for this guy, James Gallagher. I haven't seen anything like this in a while in Bellator. Actually, I've never seen this in Bellator. The guy was like a rock star the last time he fought. They brought him back to Ireland again. It's a little unfair that he gets 2 fights in a row in Ireland. I mean, it's a little unfair, but they're really pushing this kid. I know he fights out of a certain camp that McGregor fights out of, James Gallagher. He mimics his style. He has a little bit more of a ground game. He's a little man, and he's fighting, and it's going to be interesting. Now, guys, if you don't watch Bellator, you might want to tune in just for this fight here. James Gallagher, take a look at this kid. He's literally like a rock star. This crowd is going to be fucking exploding for him. And he's the co-main event to the Liam McGarry, Brett McDermott fight. So check it out. You're going to be interested. It's going to be interesting. As an MMA fan, you might want to tune into that one, but don't worry. We'll be there with you guys. What does everyone think about Rampage Jackson making his return? I don't know. Follow King Mo, and it's fucking hilarious. Follow him on Instagram, and it's just pictures after pictures of Rampage. You know what? Let's fucking look for it. Let's go to King Mo. There it is, Premier FC. Let's see. King Mo, Instagram. Why is everything in caps? All right. King Mo, Instagram. All right, so you know that he's fighting rematch, okay? And check it out. It's just fucking, hold on. All right, no, that doesn't do anything. That doesn't help my cause. But it's just, oh, fuck me. Hold on, let me move this down. Oh, God. I'm like a fucking child right now. There's Rampage with his shirt off. Oh, I see hold on. This channel is named the MMA-HOLES. What do you expect to see in the chat? Sophisticated gents, ladies, discussing the issues of the day at length? No, you expect MMA-HOLES talking trash. Well said, X-Ghost. Well said. I saw my name highlighted and I jumped out for you. Look at this picture of King Mo, of of Rampage looking swole. Yes, Rampage is not in the best of shape right now. Oh, fuck. There he is with Doritos. There he is running. This is King Mo's Instagram. He is just lighting into Rampage Jackson. It's fucking hilarious. Uh-huh. King Mo, there he is, King Mo. Let's see, does he have any more of these fucking things? Now it's just, oh, there it is. Just when you thought you were done. He's still going. Dude, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. I mean, look at all these posts. Yeah. So this is the fight that's going to happen Friday, March 31st. It's a rematch. The first one was a little lackluster. Hopefully this one's a little bit better. But it's hilarious. It's fucking hilarious. It really is funny. All right. Okay. Deep Web Dave says, Bellator, who thinks Rory McDonald is going to beat Paul Daly? This is going to be a very good fight. I hate Paul Daly, mainly because I'm racist. But, well, mainly because I'm racist. Oh, that's terrible. That is terrible. I actually like Paul Daly, and it's not because I'm not racist. It's because I like Paul Daly. I think the fucking guy's good. He got the shaft in the UFC. Yes, it was a little dirty what he did, but Koscheck's a penis, so I wasn't too upset with that. But yeah, he got banished from the UFC, and the guy's been pretty good in Bellator. This is a big opportunity for him fighting Roy McDonald. That's stare down. Did you guys see that? They were together nose to nose. You got the Canadian, the Red King, Rory McDonald, about to fight. It's going to be fun. It's Bellator right there. McDonald versus Daly is going to be it's going to be fireworks. It's going to be freaking fireworks. I'm pumped up about that. Who do I think is going to win? It's tough to bet against Rory, but Daly's looked really, really good. Really good. So I'm curious. It's a fascinating fight between the two. I don't know. I can't give you a pick right now. I will be giving you a pick, but right now it's just too far away. Those are MMA fans, says Jay Smooth. Then bitch about Dana. Apart from Sonnen, Bellator is on the up. Chances are Conor will be at Bellator. Jesus Christ. Could you imagine? Dana's mom just signed with Bellator. Oof. That's wrong, Dana's mom. Very wrong. Jesus Christ says, Deep Web Dave. Let's hope Roy butcher this Daly. The Red King should return to his psycho serial killer. You know, I tell you what. Rory McDonald, healthy, fully healthy. Interesting. What kind of Rory McDonald? Because he's finally healed up. He's got that nose fixed. He's ready to rock. He doesn't have to worry about these injuries or these problems. It's going to be interesting seeing a clean reset Rory McDonald against the Bellator roster. Paul Daly is a UFC fighter. Paul Daly is not a Bellator fighter. He's not your traditional Bellator fighter. Now, there's these young kids coming up, and you got the old people in there. But Paul Daly is legit. He is a real fighter. He's no joke fighter. You can hear my accent right there. Fighter. He's a real fighter. Actually, that sounds like Boston. What are you going to do? But, yeah, he's no joke. That fight's going to be a lot of freaking fun. It really is. I really like Lee McGeary. Man, his submissions are sick. He pulls of these inverted triangles we don't see. Lee McGeary is awesome. He's a big dude. He's lanky. He's good on the ground. He likes to use that reach on his feet. I don't understand how Paul Daly pulled that off, but Paul Daly blanketed him and took the belt away from him. It was a disappointment. I thought McGeary was going to win that fight. Usually I get him right. That one I got wrong. Eric Everhard says, Deep Web Dave, I'm here because of Dave Mendez. I do think McDonald's will beat Paul. I'm racist too. Fuck with Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Guys, hide your racism a little bit for God's sakes. Fuck. Thomas T. LOL. King Mo. Yeah, I mean, how about that Instagram? It's still there if you want to look at it. There it is. Guy's fucking nuts. I think Rory will take it. Jay Smooth. Rampage. Old ass getting leg humped to death by King Mo. Or King Ho. David Mendes says, the Red King, a.k.a. the motherfucking savage. Thomas T. says, sometimes the pre-fight is better than the fight. Yes, that is a true statement. Jay Smooth says, serial killer Roy bludgeons Paul. Whoa, bludgeons. Man, harsh words. Jay Smooth also says, Rory will bludgeon Paul to death. Even gets worse. Jesus Christ says, in the way, somehow he lost his killer instinct. It's not from Lawler fights. Every man has his shit on his mind. Now let's hope his head is empty. Well, there's only one way to find out, Jesus Christ. Put him in the cage. Lock him up. And let's see the shit happen. Thomas T says, Koscheck fight at Bellator justified Daly's late punch. Yeah, Koscheck's just a piece of shit. I am just not a fan of him, man. From the Ultimate Fighter, his UFC days, he just rubs me the wrong way. Roy McDonald dresses like an angry... Hold on. Where the fuck did it go? Oh, here we go. Roy McDonald dresses like a history teacher, but the motherfucker can bang. He does. If you would see him on the street, you'd be like, oh, this is just a normal nerd walking by. And then he puts the gloves on, takes the glasses off, and fucking kicks ass. But he does look like a fucking serial killer. I'll give him that. Deep Web Dave says, Koscheck is the biggest piece of shit. Like, I actually get angry when I look at his ugly face. Right? I think we can all agree that Koscheck is fucking... He's not...
Wonderful.
At all. David Mendes says, Israel Jesus Christ is the GOAT. The greatest of all time. Eric Everhart says, fuck Josh Koscheck. Get a fuck Josh Koscheck in the fucking chat. X-Ghost, my history teacher threatened to throw me out of the window. Called me an MMA-hole. Thomas T, are you fucking kidding me? You slap that teacher next time. Stephen Cadilla says, Bellator, the home of the UFC rejects. Pretty much. Although Mitrione, if he could get the fucking stones out of his penis, I do want to see Mitrione fight again. I do. If you guys recall, Mitrione has done some serious damage. Do you remember Mitrione versus Derek Lewis? I don't know if you remember how that went down, but it didn't go down good for Derek Lewis. Mitrione he's no joke. He really is no joke. I do want to see him healthy and ready to roll again. But he's going to be fighting Fedor again. I feel bad for those fans for that fight, for traveling over there and finding out that Fedor is not on the card with Mitrione. That must have been terrible. That must have been a terrible feeling. Could you imagine these poor fans? Ugh. Like, such a late notice. You can't get your money back. You're screwed. The fight was fun. I mean, the card was kind of fun considering, but if you paid money to see that, I would have been furious. I would have been fucking furious. All right, MMA holes. We are here. We are live. We have 27 in the fucking tip jar and 476 subscribers. I still can't believe we got over 400 and then 76 more people decided to jump along. Why the fuck not? Let's go to 500 now, right? Why the fuck not? All right. Chat room. Let's get a little closer. Let's get a little sexier. He will have his revenge in this life or the next, David Mendez. Tiger Leg says, fist me, daddy. Fist me, daddy. Is that fucking from... There's a guy on YouTube. The fuck's his name? Tiger Leg. What the fuck is his name? I've seen him on YouTube. He's funny. And he does like sex voices in the library. Is that what you're talking about? Fist me, daddy? He does say that. It's fucking hilarious. Koscheck versus Jermaine Durandamy. And Mario Yamasaki referee. All counts after the bell. Yes. Yes, Jesus, yes. I want that. Frank says Rory had the fight beat out of him. He can be repaired, but the memory is in his head, and that doesn't leave a fighter. I doubt Rory ever amount to anything of note, like Benson Henderson. I don't know. I think we'll see. I think Rory has a little bit left in him. I'm hopeful for that he has a little bit left in him. But Paul Daly, coming back and going against Paul Daly is fucking tough. Here we go. Mr. Killam's here, says, sorry I'm late. I just don't give a fuck. Right, Connor?
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the chat. Stefan's here. What's up, my ninja Chris? What's up? I hope you're having a wonderful night. Or day, wherever the fuck you are. David Mendes says, Tiger Leg, any day. Look at this chat, man. Yo, we've been consistently flowing tonight. Good times, great taste on this Wednesday night. Look at that. We're 2 away from hearing the song one more time. Yes, that is wonderful, wonderful. All right. Who is a better blanket? The Canadian blanket or the Russian blanket? GSP or Khabib? That's a toughie. There was rumors that GSP was thin enough to be at 155. I don't see that happening, but there was rumors about that. So you imagine seeing GSP versus Khabib? That would be an interesting one. Who is a bigger blanket? I tell you what, I've yelled at the TV more with GSP. Like, fuck. Like this, I can't even count how many times I've watched a GSP fight and was like, oh, for fuck's sake, do something. Like, I respect the art, I respect the craft, but I don't know. I'm gonna say GSP. Thomas T says, I am a UFC refugee. I seek the great MMA hole. Good. Very good.
Wonderful.
David Mendes says, Stefan Killam, I don't give a fuck. There you go. Frank says, anal sex, the gift that keeps giving until it's here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my fucking asshole puckered from that comment. Rest in peace, Kimbo. You may have been a shit fighter, but Deep Web Dave says, this chat is getting boring. Who wants to see my tits? What is that picture, Deep Weather? What the fuck? I don't know what. I can't see. It's too small for me to see. It just looks really weird. I'm not sure what that avatar is. I don't know if I want to know what that avatar is. Thomas T says, help Cyborg wants to touch me, my no-no plays. Jacob says, Rory needs to burn some kush to get over Robbie Lawler's related trauma. Steven says, Mario Yamasaki looks like Smokey on Friday. And that's funny. That's fucking funny. Frank says, Rashad joins Bellator and fights Rampage, Sonnen, Vanderlei. Lock it up. I can see Rashad in Bellator. I've had enough of Rashad too. Rashad, you could go away. I've had enough. I was never a huge Rashad fan either. Respect to him as well, but he just never did it for me either. There's just certain fighters that just didn't do it for me. Rashad's one of them. There it is. Infobren. That's it for that about it. Anyone here watch Brown Nerd or Infobren? Infobren is the one I was trying to reference before. I couldn't remember his fucking name, but it was. It was like Fist Me. He's like, Fist Me? That was a terrible impersonation, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, that's Infobren. There you go for that about it. He's a funny dude. Have you guys already talked about the possible fight between Connor and GSP? It's number one bullshit. Stefan, it's not happening, so don't even waste your breath on it. It's not gonna fucking happen. David Mendes says, Deep Web Dave, show me those fucking tits. And that sweaty monkey. Fredette About says, keep. Khabib is much more active on top. He looks to pound the shit out of you and break your arm. Yeah, Khabib is way more active, to me at least. GSP just looks to do enough to get it stood up. Like I said before, GSP has put me to sleep multiple times. And you see all wins on his record. Not to take anything away from him, but he's just not my cup of tea. He just doesn't do it for me, that GSP. Let's see what we forgot to talk about here. I know I forgot something. Let's see. All right. What do you guys think of the Rogan Anna Cruz thing for 209? They keep on switching up the crew. It looks like to me that Anik is the one that's going to get the job as the play-by-play guy. Are they going to stick with a 3-man table with a microphone and another microphone and another microphone? They're going to have 3 people talking all over each other. They're going to have 2 people. Who is your dream team at that table? Who do you want to see? I mean, I miss Mike Goldberg. Even though he made a lot of mistakes, it doesn't matter about the mistakes. It was the voice. He was the man of the UFC. He was the voice of the UFC, Mike Goldberg. I'm going to miss him. And I want him to go to Bellator in the worst way. I don't know why. I like when Bellator kind of sticks it to the UFC. Don't get me wrong. I like the UFC better. I'm a big UFC fan. But I like when Bellator kind of sticks it to him. I like the competition. It's fun. But who do you want to see on that desk? Behind that desk? Not on the desk. If they were sitting on the desk, it would look really weird, like pinup models crossing their legs. But who do you want to see? I do feel Anik's going to get the job. I kind of like Daniel Cormier. I do like Cormier. I don't mind Cruz either. Even Stan, I like him a lot too. But Anik and who? I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, Rogan is still there, so Rogan's going to be part of the team. It looks like they're going to stick with a 3-man team, and for 209, we have Anik, Rogan, and Cruz. I'm not sure how I feel about it. What do you guys think about it? There you go again, Chris, hating on another great brother in Rashad just because he's black. Stop it, Jacob. Daniel Cormier is like one of my favorite fighters. He happens to be black. So cut it out. Just cut it out. Let's go through the roster. I could talk about a million guys that I like. Tyron Woodley, the reason why I don't like him, I don't disrespect his fighting skills, but he's just a whiner. He's constantly whining. I don't like whiny people. I'm just not into it. And Rashad is just, I don't know. I was never into it. I was rooting for John Jones over him, and that's that. David Mendez and Thomas T are way out of line, and I like that. This is X-Ghost. Here we go. Deep Web Dave drops the tits in the chat. Wonderful, wonderful. Frank says GSP is massive now. Ain't no way he's losing that muscle mass to drop down a weight class. According to Dana White, he was able to fight at 155. I can't see it either. I can't. X-Ghost 22. What are you trying? I want to see Joey Diaz replace Goldberg. That would be great. Carlo Beeb. I could see him over there fucking yelling and cursing, and it'd be awesome. That would be wonderful.
Wonderful.
Fred About says, LOL, Infrabrent is my favorite. Forget about it. He is a fucking funny dude. Infrabrent back in the day was funny too, man. He's been around for a little bit. It looks like he finally got his way. If you guys don't know who Infrabrand is, check him out. He's a funny dude, man. He goes out there, man on the streets, fucks around. Speaking of man on the streets, this is what I want to do with this channel a little bit. I want to have a little bit of fun. We did it once for UFC 208. I got drunk. I took my phone out and I started walking up to strangers and asking them random questions. My plans for the Premier FC fight, March 11th, is to cover it. We have some friends. We're going to meet some people and some fighters and stuff like that. We're going to do some interviews. We're going to have a lot of fun. What I want to do, too, is I want to screw around with the crowd a little bit as well, have a little fun with the crowd, the fans over there. So I want to do a man on the streets over there as well, do some one-on-one reactions, have some jokes, screw around with people, get some good laughs, and keep an eye out for that. It's just not going to be me and the bricks. It's just not going to be the fight buddies. We're going to have some more content on this channel as well where we do pre-recorded stuff. Don't worry. Majority of it's going to be live. Majority of our stuff is going to be live. I enjoy this live stuff. I enjoy the mistakes. I enjoy the just stumbling over my words and screwing up people's comments. I enjoy all that stuff. And the best part is this. When you do it live, you have this, the chat room, the thing that is my backbone. The reason why we are the MMA-holes is because of this chat. And the reason why I want to grow this chat even more, why am I just, I'm just swirling around this chair. I'm like, phew, look at me spinning in my chair. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But the reason we are the MMA-holes is because of us, this group of degenerates. We all unite. We have a common cause, a common love. It's mixed martial arts. So that's what's great about it. So live is the only way I could talk to you guys and hang out with you guys. It's the only way we could do this. It's the only way. But I will be doing some man on the street stuff too. If you guys want to see more of that stuff, who gives a shit? It's going to happen anyway. How about Derek Lewis? There you go, Thomas T. Derek Lewis I picked to be fighter of 2017. He's big, he's black, and he's a beast. So there you go. Shove that up your ass. David Mendez says Joe Rogan and Joey Diaz. Lock it up. Put them at that table. Steven says, I want to see Larry Merchant call the fight. Fight! With a fucking exclamation points. Thomas T says that guy has Tosh shit and he is oversexed, says Thomas T. Fredette About says, whoops. You like Cormier, join his fan club. It has about 4 people in it. I was at the weigh-ins for the McGregor-Diaz one, and Cormier did they were on a panel, and him and John Jones are going back and forth, and Cormier basically got booed out of the building, and I'm like, fuck, they're rooting for a guy that's literally done hit and runs and bumped up on all kinds of drugs and all this shit and gotten into so much trouble, and everyone's booing the good guy. And what the fuck? What the? Yes! We finally hit it. We got it. Everybody sing along.
I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. Fuck you, dislikes.
Right. Keep doing it.
I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes. I hope the dislikes die
of AIDS.
That's right. That's right. We did it. We got the 30 in that freaking jar. It took a while. You guys are sleeping on it. But then you did it. You came through and you dropped them all in that motherfucker over there. And that was good. And that is
wonderful, wonderful.
I love hearing that terrible song over and over again. We did it 10 times on Sunday. 10 times. Whew. 10 times. Imagine hearing that song 10 times. Well, we did it. The only way to do it is to drink scotch. But we did it. Hole says Black Cauldron. Welcome, Black Cauldron. I hope you're having a wonderful night. Stefan says, it would be great to see Eddie Bravo with Joe Rogan. That would be good. That'd be fun. They're good together. Thomas T says, that's not going to happen. Raise the content, Chris. We know where you come from. That's right. That's right, Thomas. Tell him. I come from the hood. David Mendez says, Jesus Christ. Agreed, exclamation point. Why agree to fight that white piece of shit without juice? Is there Skeeter or Cletus in the house that can enlighten us on neck customs? What? Is there Skeeter or Cletus in the house that can enlighten us on neck customs? I'm not sure. Maybe I must have missed it. And Arb says 30 fucking likes. That's right. We played the fucking song. We did it. You freaking did it. You put me over the edge. I got to freaking sing and dance. And it's wonderful, wonderful. Rogan, what other MMA show has songs? I need you to answer right now. What Eric Everhard says, get AIDS. That's right. Everyone gets some AIDS. So, what other MMA show has songs? I need to know right now. What other mixed martial arts show has songs? What other mixed martial arts show talks to a dysfunctional chat on a regular basis? What other MMA show has fighters on and asks them what the dysfunctional chat says? There is no other show. There is only one show, and it is the MMA-HOLES. That's right. And it's a
Wonderful.
show. Can I jack off here? Yes, we encourage that. Rogan, Damian Maya is a legit black belt. Bravo. Is he? Conspiracy. From Stefan. Forget About says, yeah, but Bravo would start talking about government conspiracies in the middle of a fight. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. A lot of people don't like Bravo. A lot of people complain about Bravo. I think he's entertaining. Listen, the Joe Rogan show is very good. There's no songs and he doesn't talk to the chat, but I do enjoy it thoroughly. I don't watch it as much as I should, but when I do watch it, I do enjoy it, and I feel like I'm high. I feel like by watching that show, I get a contact high, and I get AIDS. You don't get AIDS on that show. Forget about it. It needs to be out there without Eddie. We are all getting probed. Joe Hogan, Pizzagate. Look up Ronaldo. Forget About says Rutan and Rogan is more realistic. Boss Rutan would be awesome. The guy's done it before. He would be awesome. I just don't think he would get that job. I would love to see that. Boss Rutan he's the man. James Earl Jones and Darth Vader would be a good UFC representatives. Yes. Oh, that would be fucking awesome. Who remember the Wolf Baby? The Wolf Baby smack rules. Fuck MMA World and MMA Digest all day. So forget about it. I saw you drop that in our comments. MMA Digest and MMA World. I had to go there and check them out. They're actually pretty good. I give it to them. They are pretty good. They have the news, but doing it in a goofy way, so I give it to them. They're pretty good. Both of them are wonderful. Props to them. Also, I want to do shout-outs here real quick. Kobe's Corner. I've said it before. I said it again from Canada. Check him out. Kobe, Kobe, is the man. For breakdowns, if you want to see a show with breakdowns, check his shit out. He's awesome. And he retweets all my stuff, so that's good too. And follow Marlon Lane on Twitter because she's another wonderful person that retweets my stuff as well. Also Tiger Leg and anyone else. Minion McGraw, Pure Evil MMA. All these guys are wonderful. Check them all out. Shoutouts. Fuck MMA World. That's right. Only in the MMA-HOLES. That's what David Mendez says. Deep Web Dave says, does it bother anyone else that Eric Everhard just gave me AIDS? No, it's fine. Eric just gave me AIDS right here in the MMA-HOLES chat box. Well, they have medicine for that now, so hopefully you and Charlie Sheen could work that out. No other MMA show has songs and lets me chat naked. That's true. I hope everyone in the chat right now is naked. I encourage that. You know the best part? When we had Karen on, and Karen is the CEO of Premier Fighting FC last Thursday. If you didn't see it, you must see it. You must watch it. It was a good one. Karen Wesh was on, and she was awesome. She was a great guest. So I want to have Karen on again, the CEO of Premier FC, to talk some more MMA. You guys are ruthless in that chat, but you have to give her props, man. She rolled with the punches. She did a great job. A lot of fun. And she said she had no pants on. So there you go. You gotta give props to that. She had no pants on. With Chris's delay to read the comments, we laughed twice with the same jokes. That's right. There's a delay, and I bring the jokes back to life. Stefan says, the question you should be, what other MMA shows have autistic kids in the chat? Yeah, there's a good chance, 80% in the chat. That's fine. I don't discriminate on autism. It's fine. I gave you a facial full of AIDS. Oh, God. I've been sick for a little bit. So on the Sunday night stream, the Fight Buddies, I lost my voice at the end of it. I couldn't even get my fucking voice back. So I noticed it's starting to go now again, but that's fine. I do this for you guys. I love this. I fucking love this. It's a good time. The more dysfunctional the chat gets, the more dysfunctional MMA talk we do, I get more off on it. I really do. I like it a lot. Okay, so Blake Davis, also known as Black Davis. Dude, I'm working the MMA Awards next week in Vegas. Should be fun. Whoa, that's cool. Blake Davis, if you are working these MMA Awards, shoot a video. Take a little quick video or something like that. If you have something to put together, put it on your YouTube channel, and we'll do a live viewing of Blake Davis's video from the MMA Awards next week on the MMA-HOLES. If you'd like that, that would be wonderful, wonderful. Hook it up. And if anyone else has any events that you guys go to, make a video of it. Put it on your YouTube channel. We'll do a shout out. We'll do a review of your video on the MMA-HOLES. It'll be a lot of fun. Marlon Lane says, thank you, Chris with a heart, and you're welcome. And thank you for being a loyal MMA hole. Stefan says, Nova, Anao, what the fuck? Okay, Alpha Fail. Team Alpha Fail. Nova, Anao, ATT, a.k.a. Team Alpha Fail. There you go. Oh, that's in the order. I got you. And Team Alpha Fail is at the end. Thomas T., if you don't get your weed shot gunned from MMA hole, you're not experienced. How many people in this chat are on the weed? How many people are bonged up or drinking or doing something to kill some brain cells? If you are, hit me with the ones right now. I need to know. I have to know. I always have to know. David Mendes says, I'm always naked, even at work. That's a great job you have. Skim Karen segment. Go straight to Sarah. Skip. Well, guys, it's easier that way because if you go back to that video, which was last Thursday, I'm telling you that I think the Sarah interview was good too, and Justin Sumter's always fun. He's always fun. I'm going to ride in on his shoulders coming into the cage. It's going to be great. We're going to walk into a cage with me on Justin Sumter's shoulders. But if you want to skip to the interviews, I have the link in the chat. You could literally skip to each interview and watch whatever the fuck one you want. How come there's no women fighters on 209? It's a good question, Frank. There's a lot of things missing in 209, as well as fans, because I don't think it's sold out. Thomas T., this is a short bus chat, and I'm licking most of the windows. That, my friends, definitely by far is comment of the night. That is the chat of the night right there. This is a short bus, and I am licking most window. Oh, my God. That's great. Screenshot carries downstairs mix-up. Whoa, that would be terrible. Blake Davis says, I will try. Yeah, Blake, seriously, if you get any video from that, throw it on your YouTube channel, and let's watch it, man. Give us a little action. I'd like to see it. Anyone at an event or a fight, Ian. I don't know if Ian's still there, but Ian's going to the Bellator event. Yo, fucking stream that shit. Or just videotape it and throw it our way. I'd love to see it. Frank, you can't find biggest pussy than Khabib. Whoa, my God, it's harsh words. Frank, what's your thoughts on Mighty Mouse moving up a weight class to earn money? I don't think it's going to happen until he's about ready to retire. I think that's when he's going to do it. Here we go. Black Collagen's bonged up and drinking. That's good. That's a double-double. 1-1. All right, Thomas won as well. Never tried. What? What did you not try? Marijuana? Marlon, is this true? I don't believe you. I don't. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. No. Are you talking about weed? I know you're not talking about drinking. I know that. Eric Everhard's always high and he's always hard. So we've learned something about Eric today. Jacob says, is Cody Garbrandt the hardest hitter in bantamweight? You know, right off the bat, I would say yes. Let's look. That's a good question. Like, just thinking about it right off the bat, I would say yes. But, let's see. That fucking dude, he knocks people's heads off, so I would say yes. Well, that's queuing up. My P for P. No, I don't. I'll go perp. Dear Chris, I would like to submit my resume for the MMA-HOLES correspondent. Sincerely, XGoes22, Warwolf Baby. This is my dream. Don't deny me. Guys, listen, as this channel grows some more, we're going to do shit like that. That would be fucking awesome. That would be awesome, XGoes. If you guys are at an event, videotape anything that you're at. Say you're from the MMA-HOLES, and if you say you're from the MMA-HOLES and you conduct an interview outside of a UFC event, Bellator event, anything MMA related, send me the video at the MMA-HOLES. How about MMA-HOLES@gmail.com? You can send it that way. You can send it through Twitter. DM me at the MMA-HOLES. That would be fucking awesome. XGhosts, listen, I'm sending a challenge out to you guys. And if you do send me a video, I'll send you a fucking t-shirt. How about that? That'd be cool. Let's see. Broken arm Ferguson is going to have a crazy Russian trying to re-break that twig on like arm again. Good luck with that. Jacob says, by the way, Kid Zahabi, whose first name sounds like a terrorist name, and this is coming from me, was really good in his debut, I thought. He was. He actually was. That's pretty funny. That's nice, Jacob. I like that. Second favorite sport after MMA. When I was a kid, I played a lot of hockey. It's a tough one. That's a real tough one. Because I played a lot of hockey, I would have to say hockey. But there's a lot. I love football, American football. I love that. I love basketball. I love baseball. Hockey or football, I have to say, is my second favorite. I do like basketball. Unfortunately, my Pistons are a terrible team, so it's tough for me to get totally into that. All right. Money Fight, Mighty Mouse versus Francis Ngannou, says Stefan. Black Cauldron says, yeah, only live once. It's not like you're taking DMT or something crazy. It's just weed. I have nothing against weed. I think weed is awesome. I used to be a very big pothead back in the day, in my college days. And those days are gone, but you never know. I might jump back on it for the fuck of it. Yes, Chris, never tried weed or any drugs. That's why I don't look like a catcher's mitt at my age. Oh, fuck. I've tried everything, so. Well, not everything, but enough to make me look like a catcher's mitt, so there you go. But, okay. There you go, Marlon. Now everything makes sense. I just thought you were a vampire. Fred About says, I rewatched the Hobbies fight. He is good technically, but I can tell he's a very average athlete. All right, that's an assessment for Dead About it. Is USADA gonna test my MMA-HOLE, says Thomas T. I got Chris Cyborg stuffed up there right now, says Thomas T. For Dead About says, sexiest man and woman in the UFC. Go! Sexiest man, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I think all the ladies like Luke Rockhold, so I would have to say Luke Rockhold has to be. Sexiest woman, that's a tough one. That's a really tough one. Sexiest woman. Who do I think is the sexiest? I mean, Paige is like the obvious answer. Everyone's like, Paige is hot. I think JJ is kind of weirdly attractive. Fuck. I have to really think about that. That I take very seriously. My sexy women. I take that very. I can tell you, sexiest ring girl is definitely Ariani for sure. I got distracted. Let's go back to the living room. You guys, you fucks. You always distract me. What were we talking about? We were talking about something. Oh, bantamweight. Yes. Bantamweight. All right. So we said, is Cody Garbrandt the heaviest hitter in the bantamweight division? Let me look through this fucking thing. I used to think that John Lineker was one of those guys that had stone hands. I mean, Dotson's got some paws on him. He's a little tiny, though, in this bantamweight division. But he does have some fucking... I don't think he hits harder than Garbrandt. Dillashaw hits pretty hard. Jamie Rivera. Can't count him out. I know he went the distance with Jamie Rivera. He went the distance with Uriah Faber. But, yeah, you know what? I'm going to have to say Cody Garbrandt right now has the heaviest hands in the bantamweight division. I concur. I agree. You get my seal of approval for that one. For shizzle, my nizzle. You guys are fucking the best. This is a Wednesday night, guys. If you're new right now, if you're just jumping aboard the MMA-HOLES live, we do this every fucking Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. We are here. We are wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
We do this all night. Connor's here.
Yes, sir.
And that's how this goes. We're going to be back tomorrow night. We're going to be doing Premier FC. We're going to have some fighters on. It's going to be a good time. And we'll be doing a Fight Buddies on Friday. Fuke 3 nights in a row. Let's just fucking do a push, a mad push. Get them likes. Get them subscribers. And make this channel the best MMA channel ever in the whole entire world. Take over and dominate YouTube. I have a couple of funny things. I actually sent a couple of more emails out to YouTube about the YouTube live streaming app. I sent some more emails out to them. I keep on hounding them, harassing me, and they keep blowing me off. And I'm like, you'll fucking see. We're going to take over the world. You have no idea what we're doing right here. We are literally going to take over YouTube. You don't understand. Listen to me. Bow to me. Bow. Bow right now. And they don't want to bow yet. But don't worry. It's going to happen. 476 people in this fucking thing. Can't fuck with those numbers. And the best part is These are real subscribers. They're real fucking people. Well, a couple of fake troll accounts. I know that for sure, but it's cool. I like that. It's fine. I like trolls subscribing too. I want you all right now to take all of your accounts, even your troll accounts, and subscribe to this. Fuck it. Let's pad the stats. All right, chat room. We're going to take this party to 11:30. Right now it's 11:07. We're taking this party to 11:30 Eastern time. So let's get those comments out. Let's get your cocks out. Let's get your tits out. And let's fucking party. Let's make this a fucking party. Jacob says, at Marlin, more like Ian McCall versus Valentina for weight. What do you guys think of Al Iaquinta being back? Did you guys see that in Ariel Helwani show? Al Iaquinta is back, according to rumors. But Al Iaquinta is like, well, that's news to me. He baffles me. Did you guys see him on Ariel Helwani? He's always fun to watch on there. He's a Long Island guy. I would love to get him on the MMA-holes. One of these days I will get him on. He's a fucking firecracker, man. That dude is all over the place. Funny dude. He's definitely got a couple of screws loose, and we like that here on the MMA-holes. But it looks like Raging Al is back. So what does that do for the UFC? How does that shake things up? The guy was a freaking top 10 fighter. The guy's a good fighter. I think he was top 10. He was close. If not, he was close. He was on a nice little streak, and he fucking bowed out because he didn't like what the money situation was in 205. But now he's back. What do you guys think about that? I would fuck Cyborg, says Eric Everhard. Jesus Christ, says Eric, you God lover. Would you take JJBJ? Yes. Fuck it. Why not, right? Forget about it. Why the fuck not? Jesus Christ, says dog. Blake Davis says, random story. I got to meet the World Series of Fighting heavyweight champ the other day. Wow, that's pretty cool. At the soccer field when I was doing my jog sprints. There you go. Get swole. Make sure that heart is in great condition. Nice guy from Bulgaria. And claims to have beaten Fedor in Sambo. Wow. That's pretty cool. We got to do some research on that. Find out this dude's name and find out if he's for real. Did you get a picture with the dude? That's what I always say. Fuck autographs. Always go for the picture. What I've learned in my old age is always go for the picture. And don't just take the phone up and say, hey, do you mind we do a little selfie? Let's just do that. Autographs are cool. I have some autographs. I have some autographs over here. But, they're cool. They're nice to look back on. But we always get that picture. Always. You could always frame that picture, put it somewhere, you blast it on social media. Just get the picture. But that's pretty cool, Blake. Thomas C says, X-Ghost, the ringworm was classic. Marlin says, Fred, haha, touche. You're welcome, Thomas. Stefan says, doing oral on Cyborg must be awesome. Jesus Christ. It's like you sucking dick and pussy at the same time. Since her clip must be huge. Yeah. Only on the MMA-holes. Only we read those comments because those comments to me are
wonderful, wonderful.
Thomas C says, Blake, the next thing is he offers candy and you fight to stay out of the ice cream truck. Okay. Fredette says, what the fuck? LOL. Frank says, Holloway overrated or the real deal? I think Holloway is the real deal. I believe in Holloway. Fredette About It says, okay, is anyone here the Legend 27? Anybody? Smash that like button, says Black Aldrin. That's right. Listen to him. He's a smart man. Break it. Fuck the Legend 27, says David Mendez. Ice cream. I for some reason I think of that in Homer's voice. I can't fucking do Homer. I can't do it. That was gonna be Yoda. Homer almost. Forget it. David Mendez. I'll get him with a triangle while my penis is in his mouth. Jesus Christ. David Mendez, you're a fucking nut. Thomas T, you might get blinded by the cream sickle. Oh, God. Fredette About It, Raging Al has a raging boner. That's what Fredette About It says. And that is a wonderful comment.
Wonderful.
Frank says, Khabib versus Ferguson makes me wetter than a monk's chin eating a popsicle. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. I love it. I freaking love it. Jacob says, I want to see Cyborg debut against Aldo to prove the new owners are all about the entertainment value. That would be a great fight, Jacob. We all would love to see that. Yes, make it happen. Dana, make it fucking happen. Black Davis says no. Thomas T says, I tore the damn sweater off of Fader. Okay, good. He looks stupid in that thing. David Mendez says, fuck autographs and pictures. Suck their dicks /pussy. No, get the pictures. I'm telling you, my friend, get the pictures. You'll always look back. I met Lars from Metallica one time. We were in Atlantic City. It was right after a show. He was fucking kicking ass on the drums, and we got the chance to meet him. It was freaking awesome. I'm a big Metallica fan, so I was like a little schoolgirl. I was like, yeah, look, it's Lars. And we hung out. I was drunk, stumbling, talking to him, and we were just like, we're both drunk, like, I love you, man. We were like that. And Lars like, yeah, you're the best, man. You're cool, nice guy. And like a dick, I didn't fucking take a picture of it. It was the dumbest thing I ever did. And ever since that day, I look at that day. And anyone that I meet, when we met Dan Mergliotta, I know he's a ref in the UFC, but I needed a picture. I had to fucking do it. So that's my tip of the day or the night. Blake Davis says, I'm trying to fight. So, whoa, good for you. Blake, you better be the next big thing. We'll have you on the MMA-HOLES live, and we'll be in your corner. Okay. I'm training to fight, so I don't dick ride unless it's Chuck Liddell. Okay, good. Jacob says, you don't think Chris Cyborg would KO Aldo in 12 seconds? Yes. And outdo Conor? Yes. I think Chris Cyborg, let's see, what weight class? I mean, man. You know, you got, people are saying with Ronda Rousey that she could beat up guys and this and that, and then I guess that got debunked by her last 2 fights. But Chris Cyborg, I literally think she could beat up guys. I truly believe that Chris Cyborg is physically capable of beating up guys. She's got to be foaming at the mouth with this Durandamy thing. She's got to be like, oh, this is going to be good. By the way, I just watched Durandamy versus Amanda Nunes. I don't know if you guys remember that fight, but I just rewatched that fight. And Amanda Nunes beat the living snot out of Durandamy. So the future's not looking bright for Jermaine. So take those pictures, enjoy that belt. I can't see it lasting very long. No offense, Jermaine. You seem like a nice girl, even though people don't like the fact that you hit after the bell, but I didn't kill you for that. All right. It stunk like my grandma's jammies, says Thomas T. Black Hologen, function on YouTube, player AP. Okay, what is all this shit? All right, I don't know what the hell that is, but Black Hologen, thank you. And another thing, if you're thinking of sending a Bigfoot, rounding third facts, cancel it. 40 of your friends have already done it. That's from XGhost22. Words of wisdom. Fredette About says, Lanchana Green and of course Conor. I'd let Conor blow me any day. I had to think about that when I was saying. I was like, wow, he really is saying I'd let Conor blow me any day. Conor, would you blow him?
Yes, sir.
Well, there you go. This is getting really weird in here now. I'm getting uncomfortable. I'm starting to sweat. It's very weird. Would you rather watching a fight between John Fitch and Cormier or being fucked by Derek Lewis? Oh, fuck me. All right. Yes. I can't wait for these questions tomorrow. Jesus. Oh, these poor fighters. Where's Walloway? We don't know. Would you rather watching a fight between John Fitch and... Okay, we saw that. Deep Web Dave says, so I'm sitting here, period. The question is everyone still naked? Yes. No pants here. No pants. Just an MMA-hole shirt. That's what I want. Everyone in MMA-hole shirts with no pants. It's the only way to watch the MMA-holes. It's the only way to do a stream and watch a stream. We got about 12 more minutes left. Get those questions, those comments, those ridiculous statements in right fucking now. And we're going to wind this puppy down. Don't forget to stroke your think beard with a few... all right, here we go. Frank says, don't forget to stroke your thinking beard with a faraway look in your eyes. Word is Cyborg clit resembles an elephant trunk. Her fanny is like a yawning hippo's mouth. That's from Frank. Thomas E says, Stefan, I don't think Lewis would give you a choice. No, I think that's an accurate statement. Jesus Christ says, better suck his dick. It's a Metallica. Wait, hold on. Better sucked his dick, Chris. It's Metallica. Fook the pictures. Hey, Lars, you mind if I suck your dick? Imagine if I just said that. I was like, you mind if I get a pic? Nah, can I just suck your cock? Yeah, that would have worked. Could you imagine? Now, someone's jumping in on this stream right now, and they're like, okay, what did I sign up for? If you are new right now, jumping into the MMA holes, if you're like, wait, hold on a second, where the fuck did I just land right now? What did I just stumble on? Let me know in the chat. If you're new right now, let me know in the chat, because I would like to know your opinion on this ridiculous conversation that we're having on the MMA Holes weekly show. It's wonderful, wonderful. Keep me posted. All right. Juliana Pena and Claudia Gadella, hot or not? I like Juliana Pena. Yes, both of them, I would say hot. J Protege, what's poppin', my ninja? J Protege in the house. J Protege, I'm hoping you're having a
wonderful
evening. We are. Here on the MMA Holes, we're having a great evening. We're just speeding right through the MMA Holes Wednesday show. We're winding this poopy down. So get those comments out. Jesus Christ says, none is getting fooked in the real life. Only here, father's outer orders, but there will be things. Don't worry. We have everything figured out, says Jesus Christ. Welcome, Jay, says Thomas T. J Pro J says Pena equals Crimson Chin. X Ghost is back and says, name 2 women and 1 guy who would make the greatest threesome in the UFC. Wow. What a question. That's a fucking question right there. Guys, let me know in the chat what you think. The greatest threesome in the UFC. It's got to be 2 women and 1 guy to make the greatest threesome. Man, oh man. Marlon, I want you to answer that question. We're going to ask Marlon to answer that question. The greatest threesome. I don't think I'm equipped to answer that question. It would need me to sit there and really think about it. If Roy Nelson offers you candy, don't take it. That's very good advice. Marlon says, Fred, Juliana, yes, but just make sure she doesn't talk. LOL. Claudia, when she gets dolled up, yes. Marlon, she's very accurate with her comments. She breaks it down like the best MMA hole there is. Jacob said this episode took it to a new low, Chris. We started off strong. We started off hard. We went 2 hours strong. Actually, we went really 1 hour and 30 minutes strong. No nonsense, a little bit of fun. And then we just let it loose. Guys, like I said before, we speak the news. We talk about what's going on in the MMA world. We break down fights. We do fight buddies. We do all that MMA stuff. But the difference between this channel is this fucking dysfunctional chat over here. You don't get a chat like this. You do get chats like this, but you don't get it acknowledged. I like to dip in there and look at you motherfuckers. And Jesus Christ, it's fun. It's fucking fun. It really is. The end of these weekly chats, you get to see this shit. You get to soak this in, and it's wonderful, wonderful. How does Marlon stay here, says Thomas T? Because she's an OG MMA hole. J Pro J says, I just got here, but I'm an OG. That's correct. I knew what I was getting into. That's right. Jay knows. Jay was actually on the show. Guys, if you are newer to the streams, find Jay Protege. Find him. He was on the MMA Holes live with us once before. With who else was there? Dan the Man was it Dan the Man? Who was the other one that was on? I think it was Dan the Man. I think it was Jay and Dan the Man. Man, that was a little back, Jay. That was a little back. Do some research and find it. But he is an OG and he is wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
My predictions for 209. Wonderboy subs the black dude at 170 via Twister, and Khabib KOs Ferguson by a wheel flying roundhouse knee to the ass. All right, that's good. I like that breakdown. That was nice. That was a good one. David Mendes says, Jesus Christ. Thank you. Deep Web Dave, is it just me or does Amanda Nunez look like a Berenstain Bear? A Berenstain Bear. Let's Google Berenstain Bear. I sort of. All right, let's go to the living room. Remember, Premier FC, kids. We're gonna have this guy on. See this guy? This big motherfucker over here is gonna be alive. William Knight. He's a two belt champ, currently holding 2 belts, and not Rampage. This guy right here, William Knight. He's gonna be on tomorrow night on the MMA Holes Live. And there's our analytics. All right, we're looking for this. Let's paste this in here. Berenstain Bear. All right, you know what? What am I doing? Oh shit! I got it. You know what? Not for nothing. I kind of see it. Amanda Nunez, Berenstain Bear. Oh my God, it's fucking Amanda Nunez. There she is. I sort of. I kind of sort of see it. And we have another subscriber. Thank you very much. Appreciate it very much. Yeah, I see it. I fucking see it. Oh my God. Oh, for fuck's sake. Let's leave this picture. Oh, let's find a better Rampage picture. Oh, yeah. This is King Mo's Instagram. If you guys aren't, you need to follow him. He's the best, and that's Rampage. Oh, it's so great. What else we have here in this chat? What else did I miss from you fucking crazy bastards? Tim F says, I just now subbed, and I've been watching you for you fuck. You motherfucker. You've been letting me hang for so long. Well, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it, Tim F. That's very nice of you. I've been waiting this whole time. Now I can retire. Now I'm going to take my headphones off, and I retire. That's it. Tim has subscribed to the MMA-HOLES. Rest in peace, MMA-HOLES. Rest in peace. But thank you, Tim. I do appreciate it. You are wonderful. Let's give Tim a wonderful. Jacob Alshai says Derek Lewis with Ronda and Misha is the best threesome, LOL. Because Derek has the biggest crush on Ronda, and Misha and Ronda hate each other. Derek Lewis would definitely do damage to Ronda. Well, then again, Travis Brown is a big guy. She looks like a bear. I demand... Whoops, I fucking lost you. I demand the cage boober, a.k.a. Derek Lewis. XGhost22 says, I've been to Torrance twice. I am the Deep Web, says Deep Web Dave. Marion, Tech Web, Deepest Web. I am one... hold on. I'm one of only a handful of people that has actually been to Mariana's Web. What is Mariana's Web? I don't know what that is. Google it and blow your mind. No, I don't know if I want to. Mariana's Web. I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure if I want to see that. I am new and wonderful, wonderful. I have a big boobs and I'm naked. Deep Web Dave has big boobs and naked, and I get that a wonderful. I'm confused. Deep Web Dave, you're confusing the fuck out of me. Yo, Chris, if this YouTube shit blows up, would you cover MMA full time like these other media outlets? Jay, that's the plan. That is the plan. The plan is this: to get an obnoxious amount of subscribers. I have already put in multiple times to get a press pass. I will be keeping that up, and that's the goal for 2017, to get that press pass. I will be going to future events. I'm going to be going to pro events. Like, I'm going to be going to smaller events. I'm going to be going to UFC events. I want to get myself to a Bellator event as well. I would like to be covering all this stuff. I would like to infect YouTube with the MMA-HOLES. And yes, that is the plan. That is the plan. But we'll see. Right now, it's just fun. Now we're just having fucking fun. Weekly shows. Tomorrow's gonna be a good time. We're gonna have some fighters on. Try to put my professional hat on and then skim into that chat and see what the fuck's going on in there and cringe. Because we have the cringiest chat on YouTube with 35 likes and 477 subscribers. Wonderful, wonderful. Mariana's Web looks interesting. Marlin, I will not love into your mind. Says XGhost22. David Mendez, I would fuck the shit out of everyone in this chat. That's very nice of you. Frank says Holly Holmes is the fittest looking fighter in that little gray dress. Marlin says XGhost, haha, aw. You're making her blush. Forget About says, do you have acne scars under that beard like Connor? Not under the beard, but I did have acne as a kid. I do have some scars here and there. I have battle wounds. I have scars on my face. I'm a weathered man. I like to keep my scars. It shows, it's like my tattoos. It tells a story, but not under the beard. No. That's a thinking beard. That's right, Frank. Tell him it's a thinking beard. Oh God, Frank. She did look great during the stare off. Those legs. Tim F says your graphics game is sick. With it, Chris, that is impressive. Yeah, I know, right? Look at this. Check it out. This is the large hand. Well, that's my cat's eye, but look at that. Look at that fucking face. Look at that thing. I'm peeking through a cage. We do live shows every Wednesday. I just printed out this banner. So if you are going to Premiere FC March 11th, you will be seeing this banner up. That's right. It's so fucking great. These graphics are they're out of control. It's like it's like the best show ever. It really is. Was that convincing? How do you go about trying to get fighters on your show? Well, forget about it. I've been fortunate enough to team up with Prospear Branding. And they happen to represent Justin Sumter. Justin Sumter I met on Twitter, and it all started from Twitter. It all started from Justin Sumter. And we've been lucky enough to link up with Premier FC, and we're forming a nice little relationship. So what's kind of cool with the Premier FC thing is I'll be cage fight side. I will be cage side for that fight, March 11th. I'll be seeing my boy in the cage, Justin Sumter. He's an MMA-hole. He has the main event fight. He's headlining it. It's gonna be awesome, and I'm making some new friends. And it's going to be awesome sitting right there, covering it, interviewing the fighters. It's a cool opportunity, this March 11th event. And keep an eye out. We have some things coming up that you might be interested in. We're going to be doing some live streams from these events. A lot of fun, man. A lot of freaking fun. So that's pretty much how this is going right now. All right. I see X-Ghost is leaving. Peace out, my friend. I hope you have a wonderful night.
Wonderful.
Thank you for joining us. Let's see. Do you think Bellator will ever become more successful than the UFC? No, I don't. But I see it making a dent in the UFC's ratings. I was actually having this discussion with the beautiful Marlon before, and I do believe that the Bellator is making all the right moves. I do believe they're going in the right direction. I don't think they're going to overthrow the UFC. I just can't see that happening. UFC is just too much of a juggernaut. But I think what they're doing is better than what Strikeforce did. I see them going in a good place. Having that Spike contract for so long, I mean, that says something. They have a lot of advertisements, endorsements, and stuff like that. They have a lot of things going on. They're spending a shitload of money. I don't know where they're getting this money from. So clearly they're making money somewhere. So I think they're doing right things. Now, keep an eye out on Bellator. Like I said, this Gallagher kid, there's a lot of youngsters on that roster that are up and coming, that are names that no one really knows about right now. That's why I say keep a peek on Bellator. Keep an eye on Bellator. There's a lot of things going on there. That's why even though you guys are like, I don't know if I do Bellator, there's some fighters that could go over to the UFC that could be superstars or vice versa. So there's some big names coming out of that organization. And then you have the Chael Sonnens and the Fedors and like all these older guys that are kind of like, everyone's like, oh, here we go again. But it's just a gimmick. That's just a gimmick. Just to get eyeballs. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Stefan says, when you going to have me live at the MMA-holes, Chris? I'm 12 times world champ in anal sex jiu-jitsu. We do open hangouts, Stefan. So there will be more coming in the future. Stay tuned. This tonight I didn't do one because I'll have an open hangout tomorrow with some fighters. Friday we're going to be doing Fight Buddies. Maybe next Wednesday we'll open it up to you guys. Download the Google Hangouts. Do that right now. Download the Google Hangouts. I send you guys a link, and you guys can jump in on a hangout, and we could have MMA-holes live on the show. We could do a last half hour with just a free-for-all with just the MMA-holes. If you'd like to see that, hit us with the ones. That'd be fun. Let's see. Bellator, question mark. LOL. Fuck no, says J Protege. Tim says, Holly has a great juiced face. Oh, fat ass. Hello. Juicy fat ass for a white girl. It's probably all the squats. Holly is jacked. Holly's got a lot of muscle on her. She's got zero body fat, that girl. She's in very good shape. And she does have a nice ass. I'll give her that. We were looking at it at UFC 208 on the Jumbotron. We're like, wow, didn't notice those glutes before. Tim F is a Jabba the Hutt. LOL, Tim, wonderful. Tim F drops a...
Wonderful.
I want Holly to stay 145 just to see her ass wiggling. Which is clear. Yeah, dude, Jacob, I'm telling you, you want to laugh. When we were sleeping during that fight and I was all drunk, we were watching that fight and they literally had it on the Jumbotron. Holly's ass was like the size of like 4 of my Hyundais put together. It was a gigantic thing of Holly's ass, and that's all we were talking about the whole time, just laughing our ass off. So it's good that you guys got to see that too. I'm glad you guys got to witness that. All right. Thomas E says, go Premier. Good job, Chris. You have a talent. Thank you, Thomas E. That means a lot. The rest of you fucks disgust me. There you go. Tim F says, Holly's signature ass wiggle is something special. Great comment, Jacob. Wonderful. Neil deGrasse Tyson confirmed Holly's ass wiggles at a higher rate in a featherweight. I didn't think about it. Yeah, she has more meat on her, so why not get the glutes going and flowing? The ass did look good. I'll give it to her. Kudos, Holly. Holly, if you're watching, you have a
wonderful
ass. We should do a thing where we break down Holly's ass jiggle before her next fight. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys say? You just know Holly's piss flaps. Cold twist. Frank says, you just know Holly's piss flaps could twist the top off a bottle of beer. I'm sorry, Tim F. I know you had the comment before, but I'm pretty sure Frank just knocked you off that stool. That was a good one. J Pro-J says, that pretty much exposes that UFC is underpaying the fighters. Marlon Lane says, Bellator is with Viacom, multi-billion-dollar company. There you go. And UFC is worth $4 billion. It's worth most $5 million. At most $5 million. Yeah, no, they're not. Listen, as much as I like to watch Bellator, make no mistake, it's not the UFC. But they could pose problems in ratings. I could see that. They could pose some sort of problems and steal some ratings, but they can't overthrow the UFC. No time soon. I'm sure that's their goal, but no time soon. Anastasia Yankov says Fredette about it. Stefan, I can't download the Google Hangouts on my phone. Doesn't have enough space because my phone is filled with Gmail porn. All right. So there goes that. If you have a tablet or a fucking computer without all that Gmail porn, do it. And you'll come on the fucking show and be a scoont. Chris, haha. I thought her butt was soft for a woman with so much muscle, LOL. Yeah, I got to say, to me, Holly Holm looks like a dude. I mean, if I look at Holly Holm's build, it's very muscular, and I envy her physique. So if I envy a woman's physique, to me, she looks like a guy. But with that being said, her ass looked good. She turned around. She had Durandamy against the cage, and the ass was flapping around, and I was a fan, along with a lot of other people I see. That's why we like Marlon, says Tim F. David Mendes is Marlon Lane. I bet you have a better ass. Oh, that's so nice of you, David. Afterlife is here, says Derek Lewis. Should be top 5 for sure. Derek Lewis, I said he's going to be the 2017 heavyweight. He's got some big heavy hitters ahead of him. We spoke about that earlier in the show. I feel that Derek Lewis is going to make a push. It's just interesting to see what the UFC drops on his plate and where he's going to shit. Let's see. What? When you sell something you pay for, what's it worth? No? Wait, hold on. What? Question mark. When you sell something you pay for, what's worth? No. When you buy. Okay, hold on. When you buy something you pay for, I don't know, Jay. I'm sorry, I lost you there. Fredette About says, well, Marlene, you must have quite an ass if you think Holly is weak. Her ass can do damage, apparently, what the kids say. I don't even know what that means. Let's see. LOL, Chris, I'm in Jersey. I might drop by you in New York and say hi. Fredette About it. Wait, hold on a second. Who said this? Who just said this? Did Jacob say that? Who's in Jersey? I fucking lost. Oh, Jacob. Jacob, you're in fucking Jersey? The fuck? If you're in Jersey, come to the Premier FC fight, dude. Help out. Help out the MMA-holes. Come to the booth. Watch out what's going on. I'll give you a fucking bracelet. And it says wonderful, wonderful on one side, and it says the MMA-holes on the other side. If anyone is on the East Coast, I demand you go to the Premier fight. It's awesome. They have seats where it's all you can drink. The tickets are on their website. Check them out. Hold on. Wait for it. Oh, no. There's Rampage again. Premier FC. Go to their website right now. If you're on the East Coast, come hang with the MMA-holes. We're going to be there. We're going to have our shirts on, for God's sakes. We're going to be watching our buddies fight. You guys basically know these people. Come by. Check us out. It's a fucking 3.5 hour drive for me to get to this place. 3.5 hours. So I'm dragging some of my buddies. We're going to go down there and represent the MMA-holes, and I demand that you're all there. If you're not, then that's fine. I forgive you. All right. David Mendes is thirsty. David Mendes, Tim F. Always. Thomas T. Marlon, I'm sure it's nice, but not in Tank Abbott's neighborhood, okay? Tim F. says, girl, your body is 60% water, and I'm thirsty. Oof, that's a line. That is a
wonderful
line. David Mendes is Marlon Lane. I would love if you got me in a triangle. I don't know if you want that, David, because Marlon will crush your head. Will rip your head straight off your body. Forget about it. She don't fuck around. When she's in the zone, she's not playing games. Forget about it says, YouTube Marlon dance. You're welcome, David. Forget about smushy face. Blake Davis says, do you think the UFC will ever start doing this Bellator ramp and LED walls for walk-ins to the cage? No. UFC has had people try gimmicks coming in and they squash that real quick. Dana White's not down with that. Now, when Dana White's gone, new owners are still there. Don't be surprised if this becomes a complete fucking circus. Don't be surprised. Once Dana White leaves the UFC, oh, it's going to be interesting. Some people aren't fans of Dana White, but once he leaves the UFC, it's going to be really interesting. And then you have a chance of a circus, really. I said I was going to go off 11:30, and you fucking people keep me here. Let's see. All right, let's skip a crow. All right, nice booty. Gina is fucking. I would tap her out by a cock lock to the throat, says Stefan. J Pro J. Then someone said, man, you guys are fucking killing it right now. Look at this chat room. J Pro J says, then someone said it being sold for $4 billion doesn't mean it's worth $4 billion, but it does. Yeah, whatever it is, it's a lot of fucking money. I know Dana White's a very wealthy man right now, and he's just got a piece of the action. Frank says, does it? Fuck. David Mendez, not if I eat her out while she's choking. All right. That bald fucking fuck Dana White. I still kind of like him, though. Yeah, I kind of like him, too. I think he's good for the sport, man. He's done a lot for the UFC. You can't... All right, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I gotta go. I gotta get the fuck out of here. Guys, thank you very much. We've went over and beyond on this MMA-HOLE Wednesday night. We got still 17 watching. We have the chat flowing. I see a thank you from David Mendez, and thank you. Don't fucking leave until we do, says David Mendez. I can't stay here all night. I tell you what, I really enjoy it. I really looking forward to these Wednesday nights. I have a lot of fun talking to you guys. I like talking MMA. That's why we do this. That's why we love this on the MMA-HOLEs. Remember, let's do a recap. Living Room, Premier FC tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be having 4 fighters on, including this man over here, who you will not want to miss. William Knight, who's a 2-belt champ, will be on. You guys are responsible for asking questions in the chat. Try to be as respectful as you fucking possibly can, but who cares? Just be here. And always remember to fucking throw thumbs in our like jar. This is how we're tipped. Always remember to subscribe if you're not. Including Tim F. You fuck. It only took you how many weeks to fucking subscribe to our channel? Welcome to the MMA-HOLEs now. I could welcome you, whatever. Guys, everyone, thank you for joining us. And remember, just remember, please, don't be an a-hole. Be, I want you all to say right now, an MMA-HOLE. Fucking muscles.
Wonderful, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful.
Oh.